duffel bags. We have new fall clothes for men, women, and children. At Naughty Life, we have something perfect for any occasion, like new jewelry and a great selection of sunglasses from Costa, Reflect, and RCI. Visit Naughty Life on Main Street in historic downtown Washington and like us on Instagram and Facebook.
In studio with Gloria from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Gloria, what is cryotherapy?
Cryotherapy is when your body is exposed to extremely cold but therapeutic temperatures for several minutes. It has many benefits, including decreased pain, decreased inflammation, increased energy, and improved overall wellness. That's why at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, we offer a wide variety of services, including cryotherapy. So whether you're an athlete or whether you just want to give your health a boost, cryotherapy will help to ensure that you're feeling great and living well. So come chill with us and you'll be back for more.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers, and I couldn't do my job without my offensive line keeping me safe. Make sure your employees are safe by using ArcPoint Labs for your medical testing needs. From pre-employment testing to COVID test, ArcPoint Labs is there to serve Eastern North Carolina with accurate, reliable, confidential testing. Schedule an appointment at any of their 6 Eastern North Carolina locations or visiting them online at arcpointlabs.com. Go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this one purple!
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hello and welcome to a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you. We are coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930. We are live online, PR927FM.com. And you can watch the show on Facebook Live and on YouTube. That's right. You can check us out on Facebook Live and chime in there on what you would like to talk about on this Tuesday afternoon. Steve Hill already saying Clipper. Robert Matthews saying good afternoon, Mr. Brock, Shirley, and Chan Man. We've got Clipper. Mr. Brock. We've got Chan Man. But that is not Shirley. That is intern Jalen, who is here today running the video side of things. We appreciate his efforts. And make sure you are subscribed to us on YouTube, Pirate Radio TV. Got Mike Houston's press conference, got some player interviews. Tomorrow we'll have the coordinators up, Donnie Kirkpatrick and Blake Harrell. They'll meet with the media coming up late afternoon on Wednesday. So we'll have it all there for you as we get ready for another game week. East Carolina taking on Temple this Saturday. We will get to the line in a moment. The Pirates are big favorites against the Temple Owls coming up on Saturday. Coming up on today's program, Ken Watlington from WNCT Channel 9 was at Truist Park over the weekend watching the Braves win and lose in the World Series against the Houston Astros. So we'll talk about his trip. We'll talk some World Series. We'll talk some local high school sports as well, as Ken does a great job chipping in with Double B, Brian Bailey at Channel 9, covering high school football and other things. And we've got a couple of high school coaches joining us this week on the show. Will Bland, former Pirate receiver, now head football coach at J.H. Rose, will join us on Wednesday, and we'll also talk to Nate Connor, D.H. Conley head coach, as they get ready for round 1 of the state high school football playoffs. So we'll talk to them later on in the week. Ken Watlington joins us coming up in about 20 minutes or so. At 4 o'clock, we'll talk to the head baseball coach of the Pirates, Cliff Godwin. It is fall ball. It is Purple and Gold World Series weekend coming up, and some opportunities for you to go out and see the Pirates play some baseball.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
I will be interviewing Cliff Godwin at 4 o'clock. Technically, I already recorded the interview, so I will tell you that one of us brought up the weather, either myself or Cliff Godwin, who does not want to talk about the weather. And I'll just say this, it wasn't me. As Shaggy once said,
it wasn't me.
It wasn't me. So we'll discuss the weather because it looks like a nice weather weekend. November 5th, Friday, 3:30. You can check out the Pirates before the football game on Saturday, a 10:50 start time at Clark LeClaire Stadium. 10:50 on November 6th, November 7th, noon. You can see the Purple Gold World Series, and Coach Godwin will give some details on that when we talk to him at 4 o'clock. Also, the Pirates will be getting their rings, a little breaking news, on Saturday as well. Cliff Godwin will talk about that as you can watch them get those rings at Dowdy Ficklin Stadium coming up on Saturday when the Pirates take on the Temple Owls. We'll be with you 11 a.m. coming up Saturday morning. Maybe we'll have some live look-ins at Clark LeClaire Stadium on Saturday. We'll get some a man or woman on the scene to give us some baseball updates on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard.
Absolutely. I was going to say add it to the Buck scoreboard, but you.
I done said it.
But you done said it.
Chan Man looking good in the mint today.
It's Greg Norman.
You know, that's funny. I brought him up on Friday with Greeny, not Mike Greenberg, Mark Greenhill.
I was about to say, what?
Yeah, no. Mark Greenhill's way bigger than Greenberg.
Oh, yeah.
Because Greg Norman's getting involved in a competing golf, not tournament, but golf league? Golf
league?
What's the word I'm looking for? Tour, I think is the word I was looking for. And Greg Norman is putting his money and his face and his name behind it. And I asked Greeny if his apparel was still a thing. I said, I haven't seen a lot of squiggly lined shirts or hats or visors like I did in the 90s when the shark gear was all out. Well, apparently it still is a thing.
Yeah.
Because Chan Man's rocking it today.
It's definitely not as popular as it was back in the day, but I still like his apparel and his merchandise. So, especially this pullover here. It keeps me warm, and I like the look. I like the look of it.
Does it keep you cozy?
Keeps me cozy.
All right, good. All right, so Ken Watlington, Cliff Godwin. We'll hear from Mike Houston, what he had to say earlier today at his weekly press conference. And also Jeff Nadu, the big man on campus, will join us. What does he think about the East Carolina line? Also, folks, if you're not into Game 6 of the World Series tonight, we got action. We got 3 college football games tonight. So, 3 tonight, 2 tomorrow, a full midweek of college football. That's always a good thing. Stephen Igoe joins us at 5 o'clock, and we'll talk about it all. Pirate football, Pirate baseball, and Pirate hoops as well. All right, we'll get to today's rundown, and we'll start with that line, which is 17. So when I typed out the sheet earlier today, it was 17. I see it now at 16. Still, East Carolina, a big favorite against the Temple Owls, total sitting in the mid-50s. But Chandler, are you prepared to back the Pirates, no matter who they play, as a favorite that big?
Yeah, I mean, well, we talked about it last week about how weird it is to see the Pirates favored by so much, especially in conference play. We saw it last week with a 10-point favorite for ECU over South Florida. They ended up covering. And then also this week, it started out at 15, and now it's at 17. So Pirates, I talked to you off the air last week about, and actually it was against the Houston game, how this defense, the way this defense plays week in and week out, back-to-back games, not allowing a point in the second half. I'm really starting to get very confident in the Pirates as they look to end the season with 4 games left. So 17, I was scared to take them last week, and I didn't.
I did.
And you hit.
Yeah.
Pirates this week, 17-point favorite against Temple, who is very bad.
They're playing everybody close, though. Even South Florida wasn't a sure win in the at the half. I thought we were going to have a brutal fifth quarter, but again, a dominant second half. So it's a lot of points to be backing the Pirates right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Right now, I'm not looking to take that, but
we'll talk to Jeff Nadu about it.
It's flattering that the I guess you could say it's flattering that the Pirates are favored by that much.
Also says a lot about Temple.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
We'll talk more Temple football later in the week with Ryan Walling from 24/7 Sports, Owls 24/7, as the great Harry Donahue, best voice in the AAC, like the most classic announcer voice. So we were supposed to get him on.
That was in the summer when we were supposed to do previews and stuff.
In the summer, and Harry Donahue said, sure, we'll talk to you. And then the morning we were supposed to be calling him later that afternoon, he said, I'm going to be unable to do it because I will not be calling Temple Owls football anymore. So it was a situation where and I don't know how it all works, but IMG, Learfield, and they couldn't come to an agreement with Donahue. So we will not be talking Temple football with Harry Donahue. We will be talking with Ryan Wallen later on this week about what the Owls are doing wrong. Why are they a 16, 17-point dog to East Carolina? We'll find out later on in the week. All right, Chandler, we are 1 week away. Do you know where we're 1 week away from?
It has to be Pirate Hoops.
Pirate Hoops. East Carolina will host South Carolina State next Tuesday at 7 p.m. inside of Minges Coliseum, Williams Arena, Minges Coliseum. Also, Kim McNeil's Pirates will be on the road next Tuesday as they take on Middle Tennessee. That is an 8:30 p.m. tip-off.
Man, how about that commitment for the women's basketball
Amaya
program?
Joyner?
Yep, from down the road.
From the basketball factory that is Farmville.
That's right.
So a big, love to see these local kids stay here.
I thought she was a 4-star.
Yeah, I mean, she was getting recruited by some really big-name schools. So great to see her sticking around Eastern North Carolina and playing for the Pirates. That could be the first domino to fall of maybe some really good kids from the area sticking home and playing with the Pirates, playing for the Pirates. So that's awesome. So we got hoops coming up next Tuesday night. I'll have to see if Clip Rock Jr. will be attending that one, Chandler. But as of right now, I'm planning on going. How about you?
Let's do it. I'm down. I'm so excited for this basketball season, as I am every single year for ECU basketball. But with some of these new faces showing up in Minges this year, I'm very excited. So, look, I might be in Minges next week.
Jalen, I want to make sure you can hear me. So, I was always a big basketball fan. I am an ECU basketball fan. I do know it's tough for students to get into something that is not a winner. So on that note, how many basketball games do you think you'll be attending this year?
I'm going to go with half the home games.
Okay. That's
not
fair.
bad.
I mean, why not all the home games?
Because I feel like some are going to be like
middle of the week. You'll have tests.
Let him answer. Let him blowouts. So you don't care to see them play against South Carolina State, Canisius, teams like that.
I don't.
But for like a conference game, like the conference opener Wednesday night against Wichita State on December 29th. Well, you might be.
You can count me in for that one. I think Wichita State's a pretty big name.
All right, so for you, it's going to take a big name opponent to get into Minges.
That attracts me.
Okay, I don't like to hear that, but that is totally fair, and I totally understand.
But you know what? That's probably the mindset of a lot of students.
It is, and I totally get it.
In Memphis, Penny Hardaway comes into town. I don't know. Yeah, I know a lot of my friends. I used to go to almost every single one, and I tried to beg my friends to come with me, but especially like when Memphis would come to town. Oh, let's go. Then they're like dragging me to the game. I'm like, what's the deal? Oh, well, you know who the head coach is? Yeah, I know who the head coach is.
The basketball games are very underrated, though.
That they are, and it's a lot of fun when it gets loud and rocking in Minges Coliseum. So Memphis is coming January 15th. That's on a Saturday. That'll probably be the biggest crowd of the year because you've got a good team. Who knows if they might be top 10, top 15 by then. But you've got Penny. You've got Larry Brown. And you've got probably the main attraction, Rasheed Wallace, on the bench for Memphis.
Wow.
As an assistant coach.
It's like a celebrity staff since he's been there because they had
Mike Miller.
Mike Miller.
Yeah. Who covered up all his tats with the suit.
Yeah.
I guess coaches aren't wearing suits anymore, though, right? They're going like cash.
Well, they did last year. I know the NBA did. And I told myself, and I told my roommate, who's a big NBA fan, I said, I don't believe you'll ever see suits in basketball again.
But before you told your roommates, you told yourself?
Yeah.
Did you like talking into a mirror?
And I said, look.
I said,
coaches are not going to wear suits again, probably.
How often do you talk to yourself like that?
I talk to myself a lot. A lot, dude. It's kind of scary.
When you're like... So when
there's a lot of times people go, what did you say? I'm like, nah, I'm just talking to myself. It happens a lot.
I was driving in a vehicle recently that did not have a working radio, and you just find yourself with your own thoughts. Mm-hmm. And like then I would find myself like at stoplights either singing a song or like
with no radio?
No, like to myself.
Oh.
Like, yeah, to myself, no radio. Acapella.
You are the radio.
I is the radio. So we need to do a video of Chandler just giving himself pep talks in the mirror. I like that.
Got Pirate Radio Live coming up in 10 minutes.
Get hype.
Got to get the graphics ready, baby.
All right, Game 6 tonight. Astros are a favorite in the game tonight. This is interesting. Houston's a favorite tonight. You can get them at almost like plus 200 if you think they're going to win the series. So, basically what I'm saying is, if you think they're going to win tonight, would you not just take them to go ahead and win the series?
Might as well.
Instead of going like minus 130 tonight, go plus 200 or whatever it is, plus 190 to win the series, because they're likely going to be favored in Game 7 too, right?
If they win tonight and they tie the series up, they're definitely going to be favorites in Game 7.
Now, the Braves have a much better pitching situation. Starters for sure, but you could argue bullpen as well, for sure. I don't know how much that matters when you get the Astros playing in the Minute Maid and the way they can score runs in bunches.
Who did you say was on the mound tonight for
tonight?
both teams?
For the Braves?
For both teams.
The Braves have Max Fried. I'll check on the Astros, but they got a bunch of, I don't want to overlook anybody, but like no names. I mean, the Braves have Max Fried and Ian Anderson still left to go. Of course, Charlie Morton was injured, so he is unavailable. But Max Fried against Luis Garcia tonight, and then they don't have any probables for Wednesday, but it'll be Ian Anderson pitching for Atlanta if there is a Game 7 on Wednesday night. So,
speaking of Charlie Morton, Derrick Henry doing his best Charlie Morton impression on Sunday, because apparently he broke his foot mid-game and then like finished the game out.
Man, that's a warrior right there. Oh man, my mom showing some love. She said, "I love Chandler."
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
No, she did not.
Pam Brock, a Chandler fan. My dad,
and your dad's a Chan fan.
Yeah. I think right now you have a fan club of 2, and it's just my parents. It's had to.
Oh wow!
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
You know what? If it's Pam and Clip, what, Junior?
Yeah.
That's all I need in my life.
All right.
And I have my parents that I hope are my fans.
Chandler's big with the parents.
My parents don't tune in anymore because when I was like an intern and I'd get on the show, they would like be on here, oh my God. And I used to be like.
Now you're just like.
No, don't do that
anymore. Yeah.
They're like, you still on the show? Yeah, I'm on there every day.
Jalen, are your family members big fans of Chandler?
I believe so.
Sure, why
They're
not?
big fans of me.
Hey, good.
You bring them up. If you bring up my name to your parents, they're probably like, who the hell is that?
Who are you talking about? All right, so Jalen's family members, big fans of Jalen. That's the way it should be.
Brennan says he'll join the fan club.
All right.
It's growing.
That's good. The Chan Man fan club is officially growing.
Thanks to your mom.
That sounds like an insult.
No.
Hey,
No.
We'll talk about my mom.
Thanks, Pam.
All right, and finally, last on the agenda today, how much are y'all following this monkey story?
I saw it for like 10 seconds. it apparently is a special teams coordinator for what team? What, Texas?
So, yeah, Texas. What is the gentleman's name that was hired by the Texas Longhorns? Jeff Banks. So the first I saw last night was Tom Campbell, who tweeted out, I'm hearing a report. Do you know anything about this, Jalen? Do you know what we're talking about?
I do not.
Oh, good. I'm hearing a report from a credible source that Texas Longhorns special teams coach Jeff Banks's monkey allegedly attacked and seriously hurt a young trick-or-treater last night on Halloween.
This is crazy.
The monkey's jaws apparently had to be pried off the small child. It's like, what, dude, this is complete BS, whatever. Well, that is false because it's not his monkey. The monkey...
It ain't my monkey.
...belongs to Pole Assassin. Now, who is Pole Assassin? Pole Assassin is a woman. Her name is, I guess, Danny on Twitter at Danny, DANI _ANDJB. She said on Twitter last night, people lie so much it's ridiculous. Stop believing everything you hear and more what you see. Shaking my head. And it's like, oh, okay, all right. Well, nothing happened. But then she responded to she responded to some other tweets and said, no one was viciously attacked. That's a lie. A whole lie. She was not a part of any haunted house. The kid did not have permission to be on the other side of my property. So wait, now there is a monkey. There's confirmed monkey, and there's a kid involved. So we went from like, oh, this is just a false made-up story, to wait, there is a kid and there's a monkey. Apparently, Danny, she's Pole Assassin because she's a former stripper. I'd failed to mention that Jeff Banks left
you got to mention that.
He left his wife for the former stripper named Pole Assassin, who was featured on the Jerry Springer show back in the day. This is all real.
What? Oh, you're kidding. No way. This is like an SNL skit.
This is all real. She did have a haunted house on the side of her house gated off. Somebody on Twitter named Luke said, is the monkey vaccinated? This could be serious.
It's really good.
She's responding to all these people sending joke tweets. She said, yes, she's had all of her shots. She's an emotional support animal who is not to be touched. She speak by command of high five. No one is allowed to touch her unless I myself say it okay. So apparently there was a monkey attack on a child, and Pole Assassin, I would just call her that. That's her name, right? Pole Assassin is basically saying that the child was somewhere the child was not supposed to be in the monkey's area. There is video. I'm watching now video of Pole Assassin.
Look at that.
With a monkey on a stripper pole.
On a pole, and she's giving him money.
She's giving the monkey money, giving high fives to the monkey.
Yeah, make sure you don't show that to the camera.
Well, I mean, she's clothed.
Barely.
She's got clothes on. The monkey seems to be naked.
It's a monkey.
Yeah, so.
Wow, what a story.
Jalen, sorry your young guys had to see all this, but this is real life, man. This is what's happening in college football.
That story was so crazy. I forgot, how was the special teams coordinator involved in this again?
So this is his girlfriend.
Wow,
dude. He left his wife for the Pole Assassin.
Wow. The Pole Assassin. That's crazy.
Oh, there's a clip there. So she was on Jerry Springer doing her act during one point in time.
Wow.
Pole Assassin.
Does she do halftime shows, like the one girl with the bowls on her head?
Red Panda.
Yeah.
Is that the name? Yeah. We'll see if Ken Watlington knows any more about this story. He's a newsman. Maybe he's done some digging. I don't know. We need to take a break. Jerry Springer tweeted, this was in 2017, Pole Assassin equals GOAT. Is this the greatest pole dancer to ever hit our stage? So she is a star. She has a monkey. That monkey allegedly bit a kid on Halloween. And I can't wait to hear Jeff Banks' press conference. Is he talking to the press this week? The special teams
coordinator?
Coach in Texas?
Yeah.
We need to hear from him. All right. So there's your your monkey business story of the day. When we return, we'll talk some baseball, some local sports, and life with Ken Watlington, WNCT Channel 9. He joins us after this.
Oh, shit.
With Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. My colleagues and I recognize how difficult this time is for everyone in our community. We continue to see patients during the week while taking precautions to keep everyone safe. Our extended care clinic is now open on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. so you can avoid the emergency department for your urgent orthopedic care. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
Well, the secret is out. CD's Grill has the best breakfast in Greenville. Start your day with a made-to-order breakfast Monday through Saturday at CD's Grill. Plus, you can enjoy lunch Monday through Friday. And their lunch specials are always a huge hit. Monday, it's barbecue chicken. Tuesday, pork tenderloin and gravy. Wednesday, chicken and pastry. Thursday, barbecue pork chops. And Friday, it's spaghetti. CD's Grill on Fire Tower Road in Winterville near Evans Street. Stop by CD's Grill for the best country cooking around.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Kyle Gaines from Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Not only will you feature a great selection of pre-owned inventory for sale, but we'll also buy your vehicle even if you don't buy one from us. Drive a little, save a lot. Give us a call and make a short trip to Washington and let us buy your vehicle today. It is totally worth it. We also service all makes and models at our state-of-the-art service department. Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram between Greenville and Washington, and WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com. Remember, drive a little, save a lot. Go Pirates.
Hey, this is John Grillo, the Bagel Man. You know I love bagels. I don't settle for frozen bagels. That's why we make our bagels right here in Greenville from scratch every day. If you're coming into Bagel Man, you'll notice that there's some renovation going on. Our menu is bigger and better than ever. Our sandwiches, heroes, subs, salads, wraps, bagel dogs, fresh baked pastries, and our new coffee bar. Soon we're going to be opening for dinner. Don't forget Bagel Man for all your catering needs on Fire Tower Road in Greenville.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in eastern North Carolina. With Blackwood and Mills Creek in Greenville, Dalton's Cove in Farmville, and Belmar and Ayden, these are just a few of the developments featuring BMS Builders homes. They can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or East Carolina football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. BMS Builders. Give them a call at 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
Dear past, present, and future football watchers, football is back, just how you remembered it. Tailgates with an ice-cold Pepsi in hand? Totally back. That between-play sprint to the fridge for more Pepsi is back, baby. I really missed this. Anyways, consider this your official excuse for always putting football watching first, courtesy of Pepsi. That haircut appointment? Your mom told us you look great, so you should probably reschedule. Seeing the in-laws for the first time in ages.
It's been so long.
Nope, sorry, Susan. Not if it's on Sunday. Long story short, after the year we've all had, we think you could use a little football watching. So crack open a Pepsi and cheer your football watching face off. With love, Pepsi. Made for football watching. That's what I like.
Hi, this is Billy Parker from Parker's Barbecue. Did you know that we cater? Let us cater your next private event, church gathering, or backyard party. From traditional pig pickings to regular chopped barbecue, Parker's has anything you need. Parker's, where you're always treated like family.
This is Amanda Houston, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Go Pirates!
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you in outside sales and looking for an opportunity to increase your earning potential? CopyPro has been in Eastern North Carolina for over 45 years and continues to grow each year, and they need more sales professionals with a desire to potentially make a six-figure income. Do you have what it takes? Visit copypro.net today to submit your resume and learn more. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. we will hear from the head coach of the East Carolina Baseball Pirates at 4 o'clock. Cliff Godwin got some fall ball, Purple Gold World Series coming up. Also, we'll ask him about the scrimmages his team has had with Liberty and Virginia. Talk about a few of the new players, the returners, and more. That's coming up at 4 o'clock. We'll hear from the head football coach of the Pirates at around 4:25. Mike Houston had his weekly press conference earlier today. So all those comments. We still got the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, and Stephen Igoe joining us on the program. But right now, we will welcome in Ken Watlington from WNCT at Channel 9, fellow Braves fan.
Yes, sir.
And feeling a tad confident for tonight?
Not one bit.
You are worse than me when it comes to giving up on things.
You know, it's something I do. It's that reverse psychology. You try to get going, the reverse mojo, and you hope it works. But yeah, I don't feel very good. Do you?
I feel kind of good.
I don't know.
About as good as I could.
Yeah.
Obviously did not want this thing going back to Houston, but that was
me either.
And if it had ended on Sunday night, you would have been there to see it live.
Yeah, it was still one of the best sports experiences I've had. And I've been to a lot of games through work and just as a fan through the years. And, you know, when Adam Duvall hit that grand slam in the first inning, the place shook. And, you know, strangers are hugging each other. Kids are crying. They're so excited. It was amazing. And then, you know, the rest of the game happened.
That was the Braves version of 28-3.
Yeah.
It appears.
Kinda,
4-0 early in that game. It was probably Sunday night when you said, at least I'll get to beat the traffic.
Yes.
That was.
I did not beat the traffic. No, I say that in a joking manner.
I know.
There was no way I was going to leave that game early. And a lot of people did, surprisingly. I was going to be the guy that, I heard you were at the game, the Braves clinched. Yeah, we left in the 7th. I was not going to be that guy.
So you were in the standing room only section at Truist.
Which isn't that great when you're only 5'8".
Right.
You know, a lot of people standing up, but no, it was still great to be in there. And
you needed Bailey around. You could have got on his shoulders or something.
Or he would just yell people and scare them and get them out of the way.
That could work too. Yeah. So you did see a victory Saturday. In the Battery.
Yeah, that was phenomenal. Just the way they had it set up.
Party, right?
Yeah, it was. They had it set up with, you know, big screens throughout all the streets. They were blocked off. They had DJs playing at every corner in the pregame and a lot of alcohol and a lot of good food, and I mean, I think they said there was 20 to 30,000 people outside the stadium on Saturday and Sunday, which I mean, it was a great environment.
What a cool experience though to see your team in the World Series. And I was thinking about like myself, the games I've attended. I haven't been to a lot of postseason games. I saw the Canes and Capitals in the playoffs, and the Canes won, and that was a great experience. Back when. And this was past Washington's glory days, but I saw Redskins Cowboys Monday Night Football when they had Aikman, Irvin, Emmett. It was kind of the tail end of those days.
Okay.
But Gus Frerotte and Washington won, and that might have been the coolest game I've ever been to. I saw Duke Carolina in the ACC championship during the Jameson and Carter years. So but I haven't been to. You know, ECU Miami and Carter Finley might be the best game I was ever attended because of the storyline there. But I don't know. I don't know if you could top Brave. Is that your top game you've ever been to? It's hard to say because they lost.
They lost
5. So
my dad went to Carolina. He's a big Tar Heel guy, and I was living in Toledo, Ohio, in 2009, and the Final Four was in Detroit. So he came up and we went to all the Final Four games and they won the championship. So to be there with my dad and to see him so happy, I think, you know, just sentimentally, that was just the best to be there with him and to share that. Yeah, you know, postseason wise, I think I went to one Hurricanes game back in the day and they lost.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Canes playoff games are electric. I want to do that again.
I've been to a lot of stuff covering games, but as a fan, I think being there Sunday night, just strictly didn't have to work, didn't have to do a report afterwards or anything like that. That was probably one of the better moments, despite actually what happened.
And it went from, you talked about like people crying and hugging that grand slam to did you sense the despair setting in, like the
yes,
like
quickly
the Atlanta fan experience? Because you're still a Washington football team fan?
Yes,
right?
I am.
Like myself.
There's a few of us left,
and so you're not a Falcons fan, so you didn't care about the Super Bowl from years ago. The Hawks are kind of irrelevant. Like Trae Young's good, but so it's all about.
Didn't they make the Eastern Finals last year?
Yeah, I mean Trae Young, they beat New York. He was talking junk to the folks in the Garden. That was awesome. And so
no Hornets.
Yeah,
except last night in this 5-game road trip that they're probably going to lose every game.
The point is, we can't have anything too good.
No.
Right?
We can't.
Just good enough is as close as we're going to get, unless the Braves can break the seal tonight and win the World Series. So I was 13-14 when they won in 95.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, we're about to win like 12 World Series in a row.
And that's coming off, 91, 92.
Yeah.
They're in the World Series.
Yeah.
Okay, they're going to break through. And then the 96 World Series happens where they're up 2-0 in Yankee Stadium.
And they've been in, this will be their third since 95.
Right.
Because they lost to the Yankees twice.
Yep.
And then this one. So it's been a long wait, Ken, and hopefully they can get it done tonight.
Hopefully they'll get it done. Acuna comes back next year. They got some big free agent signings. This is going to be a dynasty.
Oh, it is. It is. In fact, yesterday, I'm gonna ask you the question Ellerby asked me, because yesterday was my birthday. He said, for your birthday, you're too late, bro.
I did. How did I not see that on Twitter?
Hit me next year.
I'll try.
He said, for your birthday, would you rather the Braves win the World Series this year or Dan Snyder sell Washington? I thought for a moment, and it is an easy decision, and it's an easy decision for me because of what you just said. Acuna's back. This team is going to be there for years and years to come. They're going to win one. But if I have any opportunity to get Snyder out of Washington, I'm taking it.
I agree, but what if Freddie Freeman signs with the Dodgers in the offseason?
Only you could find a way to ruin the
Bring
Braves.
it back down to earth.
Yeah. So, what would you choose, though?
Oh, yeah, get Dan Snyder.
Okay, all right.
Let's go.
What do you think Freddie's going to do?
He's got.
Well, it's up to Atlanta, right? I mean, it's not up to him.
No,
give him the contract.
Just bring out the bank truck and give him.
Yeah, what are we doing? It's not like there's a salary cap.
That home run he hit Sunday night.
Oh man,
I don't think it's come down yet. I mean, that was phenomenal, and maybe not as exciting in the stadium as the Grand Slam, but a lot of talk of Freddie not being able to do it in the postseason. He's had a pretty decent postseason.
He has struggled last year, and has had a great one this year. And I guess how about the back-to-back on Saturday? Ooh. Out of nowhere, Dansby Swanson opposite field, and then Solaire's went like 10 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
That was an absolute laser shot.
It's funny you mentioned Sunday, how the despair set in after the Astros retook the lead. It was the exact opposite Saturday because it just seemed like the Braves couldn't get anything going. I was joking with my buddy, pulling out my phone, looking up the Uber, trying to, say, oh, the prices aren't too bad right now if we leave now. And I was just, obviously I wasn't going to leave, but that's just how I work.
Yeah.
And then Dansby hits the home run. I'm like, okay, well, this is real. And then 90 seconds later, we're winning? So, yeah, it changed quickly.
You're rocking the Murphy?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Shout out to Murph. Should be in the Hall of Fame.
Is he not the coolest guy ever? Like everything I see on Twitter, fans are going. He's got a bar, or restaurant.
He does. And I was there for the Dodgers series back in June, and me and some friends went to Murph's and some good food, some cheese curds.
And a lot of times he's there. Because I've seen
he wasn't in the restaurant, but he was doing an autograph signing in that little Cobb Galleria Mall area that same day. But we didn't get to talk to him.
But he just seems like the nicest, coolest dude ever. So,
and he should be in the Hall of Fame. 398 career home runs. If he hits 2 more, the sight of seeing 400 up there, he'd probably be in. But
get him in the Hall of Fame. Get Washington return legend Brian Mitchell in the Hall of Fame.
That's a good point too. Good point. And back quick on Dale Murphy. There's only 2 multiple MVPs not in the Hall of Fame. Can you name the other besides Dale Murphy?
What era are we talking about?
In the last 30 years.
Okay. So he's been an MVP more than once, and not in the Hall of Fame. Oh, is it like Barry Bonds? Yeah. It's got to be steroid related. Yeah. So, and Murph was on the natural farm strength.
That's right. Just this country boy from Utah.
All right, Ken, let's take a time out. Can you stick with us?
Sure.
We'll talk.
I got to do the news in like an hour, but I'll be there.
Look, he'll get there. It's fine. It's right down the road. You'll get stuck on that train and maybe miss it.
Probably.
Somebody will pick you up. We will talk some local sports, more sports with Ken Watlington when we return on Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Bone. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulp of Mexico, a huge 46-ounce lime margarita for only $6.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
Mercer Glass is clearly different.
Hi, this is Todd Mitchum with Mercer Glass, Eastern North Carolina's most complete glass company. Mercer Glass specializes in windows, shower doors, auto glass, and mirrors. We can install or repair almost anything made of glass in your home or business. So give us a call at Mercer Glass. That's 752-5101. That's 752-5101.
Have you been waiting to try CBD? E&S Hemp on Fire Tower Road in Greenville is the area leader in CBD. We want to educate you on how our products work with your endocannabinoid system. These products are all natural and non-addictive. E&S offers a variety of products to meet your needs. Tinctures, edibles, topicals, and even smokable items. Customer feedback indicates relief from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD, just to name a few. E&S Hemp is located on Fire Tower Road. Also, check us out on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
At Union Bank, we understand you live life on the go. That's why our banking options are designed to serve you, wherever you are. If you want to meet us in person at one of our local branches, complete banking tasks on the go from the mobile app, or bank from your office with convenient remote deposit and cash management services, we're everywhere you need us to be. Whether you're simply managing a busy schedule or an entire business, we're right there with you with personalized service and helpful tools. Call or visit us online at unionbanknc.com. Union Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This is Stephen Igoe. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
Pirate Radio. The voice of the Pirate Nation.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back from Sales to Service. Greenville Auto World has all your vehicle needs covered. Shop all their inventory now at greenvilleautoworld.net. If you're also looking for someone to service your vehicle, Greenville Auto World has a full service and repair facility, brakes, oil changes, tires, inspections, and they can repair any kind of vehicle. Greenville Auto World across from Speedway at Bells Fork and online at greenvilleautoworld.net. Thanks to Tim Sutton and Jim Rogers, Greenville Auto World. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you on Pirate Radio Live. Chandler, the Nationals fan.
Boo. No offense.
Ronnie Woodward, also a Nationals fan. And who was I talking to? Oh, Casey, that works with ECU Marketing.
He's a Mets fan.
He's a Mets fan. And he said, go Astros. And I was like, exactly. Like, I don't like y'all division rivals rooting for the Braves. I'm not going to root for you. You shouldn't root for me.
Well, that's on you, bro.
How do you feel about this kid?
You know, I mean, 2 years ago when the Nationals were in the World Series, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. Of course, they were playing Astros, right?
Yeah, they were.
I hate the Astros,
it was the worst.
I know.
If it was somebody other than the Astros, then I would probably pull again. I just cannot stand the Astros, especially with the debacle that they went through a few years
I understand. They are maybe, I guess, the most hated team
absolutely
in baseball. It was kind of like Ken being Washington fans when the Eagles and Patriots played in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's like, what do you do here?
Do we just skip this one completely? Or
I pulled for the Patriots, honestly.
I definitely did.
Seeing the Eagles win the Super Bowl was one of the worst moments of my life.
It was disgusting. I will say I don't even know if root's the word. I didn't mind as much when the Giants beat the Patriots for whatever reason. I guess I hate the Giants the least amongst the NFC East teams, but
clearly it's Dallas.
Yeah.
And
Philly.
And Philly a distant second.
Yeah.
But still clearly second. Yeah.
And then Giants, whatever.
Yeah, who cares?
I didn't realize Greenville was like full of NL East. Nats. I don't know if there's any Phillies fans.
There's some O's fans in the area, but yeah. It's Braves country, buddy.
Yes, it is.
Superstation. Yes. Let's play Name That Brave.
Okay.
I've got
the answer is Lonnie Smith.
What Brave would you like to party with? Well, that would be maybe Otis Nixon. I don't know.
Columbus County's own.
So I had a poster. It's the last poster I remember having at my parents' house of this power hitting left-handed outfielder from the 90s era. Who is that power hitting left-handed hitting outfielder?
Klesko played first, right? Or is it Ryan Klesko?
I got Klesko played in the outfield, and he probably played some first too. That is correct.
I was a big Klesko guy.
Well done.
I mean, I was even when he was coming up through the minors. I'm like, this is the next guy. He's the next Dale Murphy, but he's left-handed and he's like Babe Ruth.
Remember, like magazines when they were a thing?
Yeah,
Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, you had to actually flip through and
you had to read words.
Yeah, it's tough.
There was the one I remember now. Like Klesko was in like SWAT gear. Do you remember that? Did you get Sports Illustrated back in the day?
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I thought he was the coolest dude. And so, all right, name that Braves uniform I had other than Ronald Acuna Jr. He's another lefty.
Oh yeah, I know this. This is easy.
And like most fat kids, I played first base.
Fred McGriff.
This guy played first base. The crime dog, Fred McGriff. Love Fred McGriff. I mean, the trade, the home run when the stadium was on fire.
Yeah, the press box is
like
on fire.
Like a legendary story.
Yeah, welcome to Atlanta.
So those teams, man, like I went back after a Braves loss, maybe to the Dodgers, or it might have been the first Astros loss, and watched the story of the 91 Braves on YouTube.
Yep.
And those bring me back, man.
I remember the 92 Sid Breen game. And it was kind of one of those things like, oh, well, it's just not going to happen this year. It's just not going to happen. And then that happens, the most iconic moment maybe in Braves franchise history. And I get chills thinking about it. And it's been, 29 years?
And I still hate... My hatred of the Twins, I've kind of gotten over it, but not those Twins. Like, I still hate Ken Herbeck.
Anytime you see Jack Morris on the screen, it's like, oh, that guy.
That big, ugly mustache. Dan Gladden and the mullet. Kirby Puckett.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah.
And then for years, I had my hatred of Roberto Alomar as he's rounding third doing the chop for the Blue Jays. So, sports hate. It's a good thing.
But Alomar was on the 95 Indians, right? Wasn't he?
Well, they had Carlos Baerga.
Maybe I'm confused. I don't know.
And Vizquel. That team was amazing. Jim Tomei, Man Ram, They had Lofton at the time because we had Grissom and then got Lofton. I don't know if anybody's enjoying this other than us.
Well, I love the Braves. And here's another Braves.
I just realized we're on the air.
You talk about Eddie Rosario having this great postseason. Yeah. I never knew until all this happened when they started to put up the graphics that Marquise Grissom has the most postseason hits in Braves history, and he did it in back-to-back years.
That is crazy.
I wouldn't have thought that.
And then there was the stat about Eddie Perez. Was it home runs, grand slams, or so? He had a record for the Braves that was going in World Series games or something.
So anyway, maybe 30 years from now, we won't be talking about Freddie, and we'll be talking about Eddie Rosario and
Jorge Soler and Jock Peterson,
Adam Duvall.
Yeah, that is a great bar bet to win. By the way, who caught the last out in the World Series in '95? Because people will say Otis Nixon or Kenny Lofton before they say Grissom.
Right.
I've found that out. I have not taken anybody's money from that, but I could have won a lot of money in bars for them.
And now you've given away the secret, and hopefully people won't fall for it.
Oh, they'll still fall for it. They're like, I know what he said, but it can't be true. Ken Watlington joining us. Ken, you are a newsman.
Sure.
I was going to ask you, how do you do news? Isn't it so depressing? But then I remembered how depressing sports is.
Hopefully not tonight and tomorrow.
You're correct. But you do pitch in and help out. Brian Bailey even said yesterday how much you are appreciated. I don't know if he tells you enough.
He did cash that check I sent him. So
yeah, okay, good.
Thanks to him for saying that.
But you'll help out when it comes to covering high school, especially this time of year, because you've got all kinds of stuff going on with East Carolina football. There's Pirate baseball, Purple Gold World Series. You got East Carolina basketball tipping off next Tuesday, and throw in all the postseason high school sports coming up. So your name's going to be called.
And there's like 35 teams from Eastern North Carolina still alive. So it's going to be a fun week.
And J.H. Rose in the playoffs. We'll talk to Will Bland coming up on the show tomorrow. Nate Connor will join us later this week. Got a lot of good area high school football teams going at it this Friday night.
And it's funny, Rose will get a home game. They'll take on Croatan out of Carteret County. And, Rose started the season 0-3, and a couple of those games, they did not look good at all, especially that game against Cleveland out of Johnston County. But then they run off about 5 straight, end up falling short of a conference championship because New Bern ended up being really, really, really good. But, Rose has a chance to make a little bit of noise, hopefully, in the 3A ranks.
Yeah, and looking forward to seeing what teams can advance in these playoffs. Is Perry Washington putting more ranch on it? Perry Owens, I should say, at Washington?
Yeah, I think they'll rally around that. I don't think they're as good as they were last year, but they got 2 dynamic guys on offense with Hayes Pippin at quarterback and then Terry Moore, who's going to Duke, the running back. So if you get those 2 guys hot and their defense can get some stops, maybe Washington can make a run.
Was that you that got that interview?
Yeah, that was me, and I really wasn't sure what the heck he was talking about, but I'm putting it on Twitter because it was fantastic.
It was a viral moment for sure, and became a battling cry, something you could rally behind. Put some ranch on it.
And it's funny, over the summer, he sent me a message on Twitter. I guess he was on vacation up in the mountains, and it was just a can of that ranch water. And he was like, it's catching on, man. It's catching on.
And let's put some ranch on it.
Thank you, Coach. It's funny, too. Like, he said it, and I don't think he meant for it to be as big as it was, because he has like a million other of those phrases too, right?
Yeah, he's the guy with the one-liners, and
he's awesome.
Yeah,
and that's a cool part of the gig too, Ken. Right, getting to know these people, like the coaches, the players, the fans in the community, the families. Like that's a big part of local news, right?
It's funny, sometimes local news stations will say, well, sports don't matter. Sports don't matter as much as news. And then I saw a guy tweet from another market earlier this fall. It's like, okay, here's the city council meeting with 12 people juxtaposed with the high school game with 5,000 people. Well, which one doesn't matter? We're given the top story at the news about the city council meeting where 5 people showed up, and then Friday Night Football, the stadium's packed. So, I mean, sports do matter, and it's so good that we have a chance to get out there and tell the stories of these people, the coaches and the players and the people behind the scenes that make such a difference.
The fan that's been going to games for 55 years.
And every school's got one of those.
Yeah.
Where it's, Rose and our buddy
Marvin Jarman.
Yeah, Marvin Jarman. I almost called him Marty. Marvin Jarman out in Washington. They got a guy, Sam, who's on the sidelines every night. Tarborough's got the guy with the flag. Every school's got somebody like that.
It's so neat. It's awesome. And Friday Night Lights, check out Touchdown Friday coming up this Friday night with Double B and the crew at WNCT Channel 9. Y'all got a new studio recently, right?
We do. The power.
You were
still works.
watching the Braves on like a giant TV. That was pretty cool.
That was nice. Yeah, that was nice. We're thankful that the company ponied up the money because it was not cheap to get all that stuff in there, and it took a couple of months to get it up and running, and then a couple more weeks to give us time to figure out how to use it all.
So you'll be on the air at 6? 5?
An hour and 8 minutes from now.
All right.
I'll be on the air.
Are you wearing the Murph?
It'll be close by. I'll suit up.
And you will not be on this evening.
No, I took the night off to watch some baseball. I'm not stupid. It's not my first rodeo.
But wouldn't it be cool if you were live on the air at 11 and like a big moment happens and you forget exactly what important story you're talking about?
I think the FCC would come calling, honestly, if something big happened one way or the other, and don't want any expletives on the air.
All right, Ken, thanks for hanging out, man.
Appreciate it,
this would be a good way to like get some nerves out, talk it through.
Nah,
it didn't work. Okay, all right. Well, I tried.
I'll come back to this moment if they win and say thanks, Clip.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have to do this every World Series Game 6 for the rest of our lives,
or just any game ever that's important to us.
That's true. Unfortunately, there will be no more important Washington football team games in 2021.
You know who they got next, right?
Do not. I haven't looked at it.
You guess.
Well, they're off this week, right?
Are they off this week?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, well, thank God. Their next game is against the Bucks.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Woo!
Well, hey, we almost beat them last time we played them. I feel a lot different about Taylor Heineke now than I did that night when he was scoring touchdowns and looking good against the Bucks.
He hasn't been terrible.
Nah, but
he hasn't been great.
He is what he is. Thank you, Chase Young. All right, Ken, thanks for hanging out, bud.
Appreciate it. Anytime.
Ken Watlington, WNCT Channel 9, Braves fan, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. We'll take a time out. We'll talk more baseball. Cliff Godwin will join us to talk some fall ball. Purple Gold World Series coming up this weekend. We'll talk about the scrimmages with Liberty and with Virginia, and a lot more with Cliff Godwin when we return on a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Are you ready, Pirate fans? Free Boot Friday is back. Uptown Greenville invites you to Free Boot Friday, the official pep rally of home ECU football games. Join fans for live music, food, beer and wine, children's activities, and more. Brought to you by Wells Fargo, the Free Boot Fun takes place from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. each Friday before ECU home football games in the 5 Points Plaza. Visit uptowngreenville.com for more information. And as always, go Pirates!
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro. We are the professional office systems people.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
The UPS store in Winterville is now open on Fire Tower Road, across from Marabella Pizza and beside Subway. Trust the UPS store in Winterville with pack and ship guarantee and same-day printing. When it comes to shipping, the UPS store in Winterville has everything you need in one place. The boxes, the packing material, and all the assistance along with on-site notary, passport photos, and business and printing service and freight. The UPS store, now open in Winterville 7 days a week. The UPS store in Winterville is your premier location. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure you have the best comfortable shoes this tailgate season with a stop at Fleet Feet. This is ECU alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Fleet Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you on the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us on Greenville Boulevard in the public shopping center right near the stadium. Be sure to run with us on Facebook and Instagram. Fleet Feet, we run for you. Go Pirates!
Ahoy there, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express, your local tire and wheel shop in Greenville, offering affordable, easy payment options for easy ownership, savvy? Our customers love our treasure of tires and wheels, easy payment options, and customer care package, too. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
In studio with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness. What's new, Dr. Jones?
Yes, we just added 6,000 more square feet of gym space where we're now able to offer our athletic movement programs. They're age-specific programs that help you develop speed, power, agility, and strength to give you that athletic edge. So come by and see us at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness on Arlington Boulevard or check us out online at kptonline.com. That's kptonline.com.
Do you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems? Perhaps professional cleaning of your air ducts could help. Family owned and operated in Winterville for over 22 years, Carolina Quality Air was the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. From residential to commercial, they can handle any size job, big or small, including our studios here at Pirate Radio. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 viruses, including the coronavirus. Visit them online at carolinaqualityair.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $700 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $700 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the show for the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner. Be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the close to 50,000 followers today at PR927FM. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, big hour 2 on tap. We'll hear what Mike Houston had to say earlier today at his weekly press conference. Also, the Big Man on Campus, Jeff Nadu. Got Cliff Godwin coming up in just a couple of minutes. Real quick, a lot of NFL news and notes from today. Terrible story here as Henry Ruggs III will be charged with driving under the influence, and that resulted in the death of a person who was involved in a traffic collision early Tuesday morning in Las Vegas. So it reminded me of the Dante Stallworth story. But this one, Henry Ruggs was under the influence when he struck another car and killed someone in that wreck. So that right now being situated. And also there is the news on Deshaun Watson is no news because reports say the Texans will not trade Deshaun Watson by the trade deadline. The Dolphins, according to a report, did their due diligence, but will not make a trade. It says a story from ESPN said Dolphins owner Stephen Ross had contingencies that needed to be met for any deal and made the final decision to not move forward with a deal. So Deshaun Watson looks like will not be traded before the trade deadline. Also, Odell, did you see the Beckham headline?
His dad posted a video. I hadn't seen the video, but I did see where his dad posted a video of Baker Mayfield not throwing him the football.
I've never been a Beckham guy. But part of it was because he went to the Giants, and I don't like the Giants, obviously. Part of it, too, is his antics. And there was a time...
Yeah, I don't like him either.
...when I thought that the antics might be on par with his performance. But clearly, if you look at his availability, I mean, part of it's been due to injury, but even when he's been on the field, he has just not been that great. And we haven't seen the Odell Beckham that we knew in a long, long time. But anyway, his dad posts videos on social media of Baker Mayfield not passing to Odell Beckham Jr. when he was open. Whatever.
It's crazy how one crazy catch can boost your name.
Yeah, but he had a really good rookie year. I look up his numbers. But yeah, that catch sent him into the stratosphere, but it probably overhyped him, and he just hasn't been the same.
He has some off-field issues too. I feel like he had. I don't know, but I'll never forget that game. I believe in 2015 when the Panthers were on the way to the Super Bowl, and him and Josh Norman were going at it all game.
Yeah,
punches were thrown, like intentional targetings was happening. It was insane.
So his first 3 years in the NFL, 91 for over 1,300, 12 touchdowns. 96 for over 1,400, 13 touchdowns. 101 for almost 1,400, 10 touchdowns. So the numbers were there. I mean, he was a superstar, and then he played in just 4 games. He played 12 games where he caught 77 balls, played in 16 his first year in Cleveland and caught 74. And since then has had 23 catches last year and 16 catches in 5 games in 2021. So he has not been the star since early on in his career. All right, anyway, let's switch gears. Let's talk some baseball. East Carolina head baseball coach Cliff Godwin hanging on the Fixed NC live line, joining us to talk some fall baseball. Coach, appreciate your time. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, Cliff. Just ready for tonight. Hopefully the Braves can bring it home. I know you're a big Braves guy, and history has not been kind to Braves, but I think it's going to happen this year, Cliff.
Hopefully tonight's the night. Don't want it to get to Game 7. I was going to ask you about that because I've seen you tweet a little bit about Freddie Freeman and saw you highlight a Dansby Swanson interview after the win in either Games 4 or 5 or 3 or 4. But so you've been keeping up with this, Coach? You've been watching the World Series every night?
Yeah, I really enjoy watching playoff baseball because you get to see the true competitive natures and juices. Everybody runs hard 90s. They're hitting the ball the other way through shifts. I mean, Bellinger's, hitting a ground ball that would be at the shortstop. They hadn't done all year just to help the team, and that is the purest part of the game, in my opinion. Lane Hoover is one of the biggest Braves fans I've ever been around, so he has probably rearranged his apartment or house a few times when things didn't go the Braves' way.
Oh, yeah.
It's a breath of fresh air for me to be able to watch baseball played at the highest level, and just Freddie Freeman's at bats against guys throwing 97 and being down 0-2 and then working a walk. It's just really good baseball, and I really enjoy it.
And Cliff, you're used to the bullpen games. When you go midweek, or sometimes if you run out of arms on a weekend or in a tournament situation, you have to go bullpen games. I don't remember this growing up, especially at the highest level, at the World Series, seeing all these bullpen games. But that's where I guess the game is now, and we've got some injured starters on both sides, so that explains it too. But I don't know, is this a new phenomenon for the most part in the big leagues, Coach, seeing all these bullpen games from these teams?
I definitely think the amount of them, and when the Braves got to go back-to-back games of throwing a bullpen, and one guy has only started 5 games, and having to bring Kyle Wright, who did a great job in, I guess that was Game 5.
Yeah.
But just guys that really haven't been a huge piece to the puzzle this year. I think but a lot has to go into with injuries. And it goes back to, in my opinion, travel baseball with guys going out there for short stints and throwing hard as they can and being able to maintain for an inning or two, and that's what made Gavin Williams so special and why guys were so ready to draft him. I mean, to be able to maintain his velocity and his stuff for 6-7 innings, you hardly ever see that in the big leagues anymore, and but it's really cool when you do see it that way.
Cliff Godwin joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Coach, wanted to get you on to talk some fall ball, and what it's different for each individual. You've got guys coming off injury, you've got some upperclassmen, underclassmen, so it's different for everybody. But generally speaking, what is your goal as the head coach of the Pirates for fall ball? What do you want to accomplish in these weeks where you're getting some live bullets, you're getting practice in, scrimmages, things like that? What is the goal for you?
Well, the number one goal is the foundation of our culture, and it's not just coach speak, but making sure everybody's on the same page with our culture. That's the number one thing throughout practice, weight room, academics. I know everybody thinks I'm a disciplinarian and just so hard to play for, and I tell you that maybe that's the case, but they'll love me when they walk out of here. And then the fundamental basis of what we're trying to do, whether it be base running, fielding a ground ball, offensively, controlling the running game, those kinds of things. But, you know, when we get new players into our program now, I mean, the fundamentals of baseball, there's a lot of teaching into that now compared to even 5, 6, 7 years ago. You didn't have to teach quite as much, but now you kind of have to go ground zero and really teach them how to play the game of baseball the right way, in my opinion. Some people might disagree with me, but the way we play it. So that's important. And then just intertwining all the pieces and the new faces and veterans and all that good stuff. So there's a lot going on. This is always the hardest part of the year for me. People think the spring, but I would say for our coaches, this is the hardest part because we're just having to manage a lot of newness and trying to get everybody on the same page.
Coach, it's not February, it is November, but people still care about winning and losing when it comes to Pirate baseball, and I know you've had some scrimmages. How have you guys fared out there in those scrimmages against some really good competition?
I mean, if you look at the final scoreboard, I mean, we didn't necessarily at all times, and neither did the other teams, run out our best pitchers, or we hit 11 guys and you could re-enter and stuff. But if you look at the scoreboard, we tied Liberty in game one of a 7-inning game. Then we won by 2 runs in the second game. And then this past weekend, we lost game 1 12-8 to UVA in 7, and then won game 2 6-1. So there's been some really good individual performances by different players throughout the fall, and then there's been some things we need to work on. But I like where our team's heading. We're heading in the right direction. I'm glad we're not playing tomorrow, in February, because I definitely think there's some things we need to work on.
Coach, you get on us being myself, Igoe, in the past Ronnie, which you won't have Ronnie to beat up on anymore. That's kind of sad, right?
I'm a little bit, disappointed that you three-headed monster of you 3 guys. There's only, I guess, 2 guys now. So, Clip, go ahead and if you take a little more heat than you do normal, just blame it on Ronnie, okay? And I still love you regardless.
And one thing you get on us about it, and for good reason, I think you bring up Travis Watkins in the past, or I don't remember, but when a player leaves, we say, man, how do you replace this guy? And you always do that with your recruiting, but the question now, who's replacing the guys you lost last year? Because Connor Norby, we know all about him, Gavin Williams, you got some studs that are on the way out, but some great returners to the team, and guys that have played a ton of baseball. When you look at Ryder Giles, Lane Hoover, Jake Kuchmaner. So you've got several upperclassmen, Coach, you'll be counting on this year. Alec Makaravich could be one of those guys that gets into the mix as a leader as well. So how about your leadership core on this team for 2022?
Well, first off, I just got to say, we're not going to replace Gavin and Franny and Norby and Bridges and Colmore and even Tyler Smith. I mean, those guys, they meant a lot to the program for many years, not just last year, obviously the numbers last year. But we do have a lot of experience returning, and trying to figure out how to intertwine those pieces together has been the main focus. But Zach Agnos, Ryder Giles, Ben Newton, Bryson, Hoove, those guys have done a good job with the position players, just getting those guys. We've got some talented freshmen as well. Riley Johnson's really had a good fall, and looks like right now he's going to definitely be playing either center field or right field for us, and Bryson will be playing the other ones. On the mound, Cooch has been better than he was in the spring. Obviously didn't have the year he wanted to have last year. Garrett Saylor's been phenomenal. Nick Logish has been phenomenal. Both those guys started against Liberty, Saylor and Logish, and pitched really well. C.J. Mayhew has been C.J. Mayhew. Skylar Brooks has come along. And then we have some really talented freshmen, and I'm not going to name them all, on the mound that have an opportunity to really help us out. And they still have some work to do, but it might be the most talented freshman pitching class as far as stuff goes that we've ever had here collectively. We just got to kind of get them to grow up pretty fast so they're not feeling, the pressure of playing in front of 6,000 or whoever we're playing, and just making it baseball like they've played their whole lives.
Cliff Godwin joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line. Coach, got some baseball coming up this weekend with the Purple Gold World Series. Do we have some times for those yet, Coach, where people can go out and watch some Pirate baseball?
Yep, we finalized them yesterday. So Friday at 3:30, the first pitch will go off, and we'll have a little batting practice before. But Friday at 3:30 will be game one, and we're actually going to draft the teams later on today. But Zach Agnos will be the coach of the purple team, and Ryder Giles will be the coach of the gold team, and they'll draft teams this afternoon. Saturday, we're going to go at 10:50 before the football game, so I know there'll be some people tailgating, and they can come watch us play a 7-inning game on Saturday. And then Sunday, first pitch will be at noon, and then probably 2.5 hours after that, because we'll probably play 7, 8. I don't think we'll play 9 innings on Sunday, but we'll have Meet the Pirates, and we have a championship pennant for fans to come through the dugouts and get the players to sign. So it's a really neat day, and the weather looks like it's going to be phenomenal because everybody wants to talk about the weather clip. So it looks great on Sunday.
I didn't bring it up.
7, so sunshine. But, no, just a great weekend. It's the last time that you get a chance to see us before we, get back in the spring. And the guys definitely deserve to have some fans come out and watch them play.
What is that the calendar like for you throughout the remainder of November, December? I guess January you'll get rolling with practice and games in February. But what are the important things you want to accomplish as a program once you're done with this fall ball part of the calendar?
Yeah, so you get done, and then you have a couple weeks that we'll pick certain guys. Normally it's some younger guys that really hone in on some of their fundamentals, whether it be outfield play, bunting, base running. Some of the pitchers will keep going bullpens just to fine-tune some of their pitches, and we'll hit the weight room hard for the next 2-3 weeks. And then you have Thanksgiving, and they come back, and it's a couple days we can work with them, and then it's really the dead time where we can't work with them. They'll still have optional lifting workouts, but studying for their exams. And, around the 15th of December, everybody will be out of here, and they'll get back in the 1st of January, and we'll get things cranked up. But the other piece is to continue to team build, and we have our Pirate Mission Week, which is a 3-day, challenge. They pick teams and put them through some physically and mentally challenging stuff. I think that's a big piece to what we do here, and just really getting the guys to continue to connect with one another. Cliff, there's so much phone connection now, but the human interaction is a big piece, and getting to know your teammates is the big deal, and we'll hone in on that for the next few weeks.
And finally, Coach, you went a year or so without being able to go watch live baseball, see guys face-to-face, talk to them. So how much, as things have somewhat gotten back to normal, not completely normal, have you been able to get out and recruit and watch baseball maybe over the summer when it was warmer?
Yeah, I was able to get out in the summer, but, with the new coaching hires and stuff, I wasn't out as much as I have been in the past for sure, and Jeff did a great job, and Coach Knight was able to go on the road just because we were down an assistant coach and recruit, and then getting Coach Macias on board. And Blake and Colby have done a tremendous job, behind the scenes, keeping things going. But, really for me, it's been managing our team. The draft was bagged up later than it's ever been, and trying to figure out who's going to be here, who's not. And, a big piece, getting Bryson back was a big piece for us. Just his leadership, and he's grown up so much, and I really think he's going to have a great year. But I'm more invested in what our guys here on campus are, and not that recruiting's not important. I don't want to say that because we're recruiting all the time. I mean, I have Zoom calls and all the time with recruits, and getting them to jump on the board of the pirate ship, which is always fun. But really just being involved with our team and the things we have to accomplish this fall.
All right, Coach. Braves in 6. We're going with that.
Braves in 6, and also the one thing I forgot to mention, Cliff, is we're actually getting our championship rings at the football game on Saturday.
Nice.
So the 2021 AAC regular season champions and regional champions will get their rings during the football game. So make sure that Pirate Faithful stands up and applaud those guys because they worked their tail off last year in a really strange year to be able to accomplish those things.
No doubt. What an experience that was in Greenville with all the fans back to see that team win and move on to the Vanderbilt Super Regional, and can't wait for 2022. And Coach, so football is 2 wins away from achieving 6 wins and going to a bowl. I know you're a hoops guy. Joe Dooley's team gets underway a week from tonight, so you got your Purple Gold World Series. It's a great time to be a sports fan, great time to be a Pirate, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm a basketball guy, probably first because my dad was a basketball coach, but I play football. I'm a football guy too. And, freaking live and die with the Pirates just like you guys do. Whether they win or they lose, then I'm just pulling hard for them because our university deserves success, and I'm pulling for Coach Houston and Coach Doe, all the sports, because the more teams can win, the better it is for our university.
Cliff, thanks so much for your time, man. Have a great weekend, and we'll be out there at Clark LeClaire checking you out. So we'll talk to you this weekend, man. We appreciate your time today.
Thanks, Cliff. Appreciate it, buddy.
There is Cliff Godwin, East Carolina head baseball coach and East Carolina super fan. Big hoops guy. Remember last year during the Wichita State game when the Pirates are in that game on the road in Wichita, Kansas? They go to there's a timeout. Dooley's got his guys in the huddle, and it's like, Jaden Gardner, J.J. Miles, Tristan Newton, Steve Rockefort, Cliff Godwin. Yeah. Wait, what? Cliff's almost like in the huddle with the team, like he's so jacked up. He made that road trip with them, and he was right there with the guys. Almost pulled off the upset, but as Stephen Igoe and I told you, they're saving that Wichita State upset for this year at home.
We'll get them in here.
That's right.
The Shockers here.
Where Cliff Godwin will be here, probably behind the bench, helping out.
Possibly on the bench.
Possibly where the trainers sit at the end. That could be where he is.
Before we got Dooley, I wanted Cliff to double coach.
just take over.
Cliff
until we find a full-time guy.
Yeah, just give it to Cliff and his dad.
He can run practices.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
It's great to have somebody that passionate, though, that cares as much as.
That's why I wanted him to have it.
I say as much.
He bleeds purple and gold.
Yeah, so. That's awesome. All right, let's take a time out. We'll come back. When we return, we'll have an opportunity to hear from Mike Houston, East Carolina head football coach. See what he had to say about the win last week. Looking ahead to Temple, Holt Naylor's play, Audio Matosho stepping up. The young guys, we are down to 4 games on the schedule, so there will be a chance for some young guys to play and still retain their redshirt status.
There's going to be some guys that play that maybe they get pulled back that might have played too much already.
There are 2 cases going here.
Yeah.
Guys that haven't played that can get some games in, guys that have played that won't, so they can keep that status.
Right.
We will hear what Coach Houston had to say about it when we return after this.
Pirate Nation, the newest sports bar is Quarters Bar and Grill, offering gourmet burgers, hot dogs, and wings with unique flavors Greenville has never seen. Pirates like to drink too. Quarters Bar and Grill offers a selection of 10 beers on tap and over 50 different craft beers. Come check us out at Quarters Bar and Grill, open Wednesday to Sunday, 11 to 11, located at the shopping center next to Krispy Kreme. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram and be on the lookout for Quarters Cash hidden around downtown Greenville. Quarters Bar and Grill, the plunder never tasted so good.
When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
Hey, Troy D here for my friends at Villa Verde. If you know me, you know I love being outside, but finding a good place to eat outside can sometimes be tough. Well, our pals at Villa Verde have fixed that. Not only does Villa Verde have awesome, unique, one-of-a-kind dishes here in Greenville, they also have a brand new outside dining area. And this outside area is sweet. It's covered, you're in the shade, and cooling fans are on. Enjoy the comfort and relaxation of dining outside with our friends at Villa Verde. Villa Verde on 10th Street, a platform for good.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor, or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ron Ayers Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville.
Hey, this is Troy D, proud ECU grad from the class of 94. And if you know me, you know I love the 90s here at ECU. It was some of our glory days, including bowl games, the Peach Bowl, and even a March Madness appearance. Relive those days with my friends from Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics is a cool retro store with all types of merchandise, including the 90s ECU vintage tees and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person, 304 Evans Street, or online at shoptailgateclassics.com. Tailgate Classics, bringing back the throwbacks.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers, and I couldn't do my job without my offensive line keeping me safe. Make sure your employees are safe by using ArcPoint Labs for your medical testing needs. From pre-employment testing to COVID test, ArcPoint Labs is there to serve Eastern North Carolina with accurate, reliable, confidential testing. Schedule an appointment at any of their 6 Eastern North Carolina locations or visiting them online at arcpointlabs.com. Go Pirates!
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhelves and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're gonna love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
ASAP Party and Tent Rentals is your one-stop shop for weddings, anniversaries, corporate events, family reunions, birthday parties, or any celebration with friends and family. ASAP Party and Tent Rentals has the widest selection of tents, tables, chairs, linens, china, concession equipment, bounce rides, games, staging, wedding equipment, dance floors, and so much more. At ASAP Party and Tent Rentals, we help people get together. Call today at 756-7903. ASAP Party and Tent Rentals, locally owned and operated on Diamond Drive in Greenville near Agri Supply and Equipment Plus.
On Saturdays, your team needs you, your sofa needs you, and you need a Jersey Mike's sub. Get it all with free Saturday delivery when you order through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. This Saturday, while you watch the game at home, we're watching the grill at Jersey Mike's. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery on Saturdays, unless you're going to miss hearing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Pirate Radio.
It's great to be on. This is an honor. You know, Pirate Radio is kind of a cult following around North Carolina, so I'm excited.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $700 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $700 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event, then keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio for 18 years. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. We've had another line shift at the video production chair. This is kind of like Washington quarterbacks since I've been following the team. We just keep getting new QBs in. Jalen was kind of like the young guy getting an opportunity. Jason Campbell, I guess. Glenn is the old veteran. Probably Mark Brunell, I guess. And then Jenny's here. Hey, Jenny.
Go again.
What's up, Clip?
You're like you're like John Beck.
Is that good or bad?
I mean, you'll get us through the show, but
Oh, come on.
Clip.
all right. She's like Case Keenum.
Yeah. Went to a NFC Championship game.
Yeah. All right. That's
Comes in off the bench, you know.
fair comparison. All right. Right now, we will hear what Mike Houston had to say earlier today at his weekly press conference as he met with the media. Let's hear his opening comments. Coach Houston coming off a win over South Florida and looking for 2 in a row when they take on Temple this Saturday.
It's good to be back with you. It's a little bit removed, having a game last Thursday, so it almost feels like you're a full week removed from it. But, obviously a big win for our program at home last Thursday night. National TV, really excited about the way the players played, excited about the way our team responded after halftime. Came out and played very, very well the last 2 quarters and got a big home victory. Just really, really appreciate the student body. What a great turnout from the student body. They were here tailgating whenever we got here, and you could tell that they were in pretty energetic form. And so they certainly brought that energy into the stadium, and the Boneyard was rocking as good as I've seen it since I've been here. So really appreciate them because they brought a lot to the game day environment last Thursday night, and would love to have them back out in those kind of numbers here this Saturday in what is a very big game for our program. Very dangerous Temple team coming in here, 3 o'clock kickoff. Tough opponent. It's one of those programs that when you look at the history between ECU and Temple, they've been one that's always played well against us. So big ball game for our program. Excited about the ability to be back at home. Should be great weather, and hope Pirate Nation turns out. It'd be a great afternoon of college football.
All right, you got 2 more chances to see the Pirates at home, and the last one of the season could be a big game, but that's one of those where you're gonna not have the full student support the day after Thanksgiving. Would love to see a good crowd for that game against Cincinnati, but don't know how the turnout's going to be. So this is your last traditional Saturday home game of the year. Great kickoff time at 3 o'clock. A chance to see the Pirates get their 5th win. Be 5 wins for this team for the first time since 2015. So get out there on Saturday and be loud. Let's go. All right, Mike Houston was asked by Stephen Igoe about the depth of the defense and being able to have multiple starters at multiple positions, and just how that has really helped this defense along. And Houston talked about that cut too.
Well, I think it's something that we've had to do a good job of, just really, continually talking to our players about. But, when you look at, my other stops, when we had some really great defenses at other schools, we always had, good numbers, and we always had the ability to rotate guys. And I think it really shows up in a second half of a ball game the other night, second half of a ball game down in Houston. When you can have fresh guys on the field. In the first half, some of the players come off. They feel like, well, I'm not tired right now. Well, no, you're not. We want you to be fresh in the fourth quarter. And so I think it's allowed us to play with a lot of intensity and play really, really hard for a sustained 4 quarters. The other thing that it creates too is just a lot of competition, during the week. It creates a situation where you have to practice hard during the week. And that's only going to help you get better. I remember my first year, we had 2 safeties and 4 D linemen, and you virtually had nobody to rotate in there with them. And you had nobody to compete with them in practice. And I felt like it really held them back from pushing themselves to be the best that they could be. Now you go out there, if you go out there and have a bad day, on a Wednesday during game week, I mean, you're going to look up and you're not going to play as much on Saturday. And, why do some guys play more one week or another? Well, there's all kinds of reasons, but a lot of times it's because of the way they practice during the week. So I think just having that kind of depth has been really healthy for our program, and it's allowed us to continue to play better and better each week throughout the year.
All right, Mike Houston was asked by Brian Bailey about seeing Temple's deliberate offense. In 2021, you see a lot of spread, hurry up, no huddle offense. Temple, a bit of a throwback in the way they will play physical, a little bit slower, and asked Coach Houston about that.
Well, it's different, because virtually everybody is, no huddle, and a lot of teams we've seen so far this year have been really up-tempo teams. And Temple, is very deliberate with the way they run their offense. They've got, a bunch of older guys up front on that offensive line. I think 3 grad students, a senior and a junior, all experienced guys. They have a big back there in the backfield. They have a dual threat quarterback. They got all those tight ends that they use. And so, they're going to take their time. They're going to give us a ton of different formations, a lot of different motions, trying to get our guys out of position. And they're going to try to take the ball and shove it down our throat. That's kind of their philosophy. And they'll take their shots on the perimeter. They'll take their, try to pop you with a big play with a jet sweep and stuff like that. But it's going to be a challenge for us Saturday. We're going to have to do a great job with, our adjustments and stuff after they break the huddle. We're going to have to be really dialed into the defensive call, and we're going to have to really play with a lot of physicality in order to match, what they're trying to do offensively.
All right, there is Mike Houston talking about Temple's style of play. We got a former Pirate here in the Pirate Radio studios. Ask him if he wants to come in studio real quick, Chandler, and we'll hit some Mike Houston comments while a former running back maybe joins us here on the program. What's up? Come on in, man. What's going on, brother? Have a seat. Welcome. Good to see you. We got a former Pirate running back, Brandon Simmons, joining us. Coach Simmons got the best voice in the game, and he's going to unleash that on us today. What's up, man? Welcome back.
Have to get my headsets right. How you doing? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Not a problem at all. Not a problem.
What you up to today?
Well, I'm actually in town because our high school, Green Level High School, is playing D.H. Conley in the Eastern Conference Finals. In a volleyball match.
Okay.
So I'm in town to support them. But while I'm over here, obviously I had to swing by UB to pick up some Pirate gear.
Good stuff.
And spend a little bit of money though. But thank you for having me.
I'm a Viking, right, Brandon? I'm a Conley Viking.
I'm aware of that.
All right. So volleyball tonight?
Volleyball tonight, absolutely.
Good deal.
Absolutely.
How'd your football season go this year?
We're still a plan in progress. Our varsity. This is only the second year of existence for varsity for our program. Our JVs as well. Doing the same thing. We're literally building this thing from the ground up. So the excitement is there. We're actually graduating our first senior class this year. To put things in perspective, but we're definitely making strides in our program, and our season is over, but we're very happy with the progression of our program.
What are you coaching now, Brandon?
I'm still coaching quarterbacks. But anything that my head football coach on varsity needs for me to do, I'm willing to step in as well. Swiss Army knife, special teams background, offense background, defense. So wherever my team need me to do to help them be successful, I'm willing to do so.
How'd you like Thursday night, Brandon? We had the quarterback running for 70-plus yards, Keaton Mitchell 70-plus, Rajay 100. Got the run game going the other night.
Unfortunately, I was unable to watch the game live because I was coaching my JV team against Apex Friendship. But once I was able to settle, I was able to rewatch the game. Very happy with the way the defense was flying around, causing turnovers. The offense, running the football, picking up positive yards. The FIC was swarming. It was loud. Love the black uniforms. I was very happy with the results.
You never got to play in a black uniform.
Never got a chance to play with a black uniform. As long as story lasts long. Love Coach Holtz to death, but I vividly remember our senior year. We went into his office. I want to say that it was Quentin Cotton who asked Coach Holtz, point blank plainly, hey, look, can we get black uniforms? He said no. He asked him again. He said no. And that was the end of it. But everything else we asked for, he was able to deliver on it, but not black uniforms.
And Brandon, we've talked to you over the years. You're a guest quite a bit on our show about the running, the defense, how we want to see that back with East Carolina football. You've kind of said that Mike Houston is going to be the guy to bring that. And we're starting to see it on the field, Brandon. How about back-to-back games? Shutouts in the second half for ECU's defense, and then I mentioned those rushing numbers the other night. That has to remind you of your playing days here.
Well, so right when he took the job, again, his resume speaks for itself. Everywhere he's been, he's had instant results. High school, small college, mid-major, the list goes on and on. Coach Houston in the coaching world is known for developing a championship level defense, a hard-nosed physical run game, which fits our DNA. Long story less long, our defense and offense is doing a great job of exemplifying, his vision, which is protecting the football, moving, picking up positive yards, scoring touchdowns, tackling well in space, and creating turnovers. So I'm very, very happy with the progression of the offensive defense and even special teams for that matter.
Chandler, let's hear Cup 5. Coach Houston talked about the turnovers being forced by this defense game in, game out.
Well, it's a big goal of ours each week. We don't have a whole lot of team goals, but one of the main ones is winning the turnover battle. And, nothing's more glaring than last Thursday night. We have a couple of turnovers there in the first half that led to South Florida scores and really gave them the momentum. And then, look in the second half, and, it was a big turnover, the pick six by Malik that put us ahead for good. And then it was a couple of turnovers, there in the fourth quarter that really sealed the ball game. So, our kids, they do understand how important they are, and it's been an emphasis all year, and I think defensively we've done a pretty good job all year of turning the ball over, both fumbles and interceptions, but, it's something that's a big emphasis each week, and it's a big emphasis for our offense and our special teams to, not put us in a negative situation. Anytime you can win the turnover battle, that means you're getting more possessions than your opponent is. You're taking a potential scoring possession away from them and giving it to our offense. And so, common sense tells you you're going to have a better chance to score that way.
And the Pirates are doing that, taking the ball away. They were giving it away in the first half of Thursday night's game, and then the second half, a complete role reversal. East Carolina getting that pick six from Malik Fleming. That was huge, Brandon. And then Tegan Wilk, a young guy flying around, and he got a pick. Sean Dorso with the pick. It was a pick party in the second half there the other night against South Florida. It was good to see.
Yes, it was. And to reiterate, games are won and lost with the turnover battle. Anyone who is accustomed to watching football, it's proven that more successful programs protect the football, but take the football away. And like Coach Houston said, with you having the football more than your opponent, you increase your chances of scoring touchdowns. So very excited. Love the duration of our program at this moment.
That's an old Rick Smith go-to, Chandler. Get those extra possessions, right? What's he say?
Stop the run. Run the ball.
Brandon, Rick Smith was on the staff when you were playing. He joins us every week here on Pirate Radio. He wasn't in your room, of course, but did he ever tell any old Rick Smith stories back when you were playing back in the day?
too many to remember, but I do vividly remember him sharing that with our running back room many times. Anytime that we're able to run the ball and to protect the football and score touchdowns, he was always the first one lined up ready to high five us. Why? Well, running the football shortens the game. It keeps the defense off the field, so every time the defense hit the field, they were fresh, they were charged up, they were ready to go. Absolutely. Nothing but great things to say about Coach Smith.
That's a good point. Early in the season, Brandon, this offense was inconsistent at best, and the explosion plays were there. Keaton Mitchell, running 80 yards, big pass play to CJ or to Snead. Those plays were there. It was the time-consuming drives that were missing. We're starting to see more of that, and maybe that's why the defense has been playing as good as they have, because they call it complementary football, right? Hand in hand.
Absolutely, and made no mistake. The running backs are doing a great job. The receivers are doing a great job outside blocking, getting open, but it all starts up front. That offensive line is starting to gel together. again in the passing game, Coach Kirkpatrick is doing a good job of moving Holton off the spot, using his legs a little bit. The pass protection is there, but whenever we need positive yards, when we need to, form the wall, even where everyone in the stadium know that the run is coming, we can still run the football. And again, that's the sign of a hard-nosed, tough, physical football team.
Brandon Simmons, a pop-in guest joining us. He was at UBE. We told him to drop by, and now he's hanging out talking football with us.
And Brandon, it's week 1 of high school football playoffs. Your Hopton Wildcats and my Lakewood Leopards. It's a Sampson County battle, baby.
Oh, we got a rivalry here?
Yeah. Well, so excited for that. Coach Silas is doing a great job at Hopton High School, but I vividly remember the Lakewood Leopards being a very physical football team, known for their running backs. Sean Pone, he was there when I was there.
Oh, yeah.
Richardson, he was there. A championship level defense, hard-nosed running game. So I couldn't be more excited for the playoff football in Sampson County.
Yes, sir. Sampson County, stand up.
We got a former long snapper here, Chandler Honeycutt. How many positions did you play in high school, bro?
Whatever
they told you.
Whatever Coach Mallard needed me to play and Coach Britt needed me to play, I was willing to be there. Some receivers, a lot of special teams, linebacker, safety, running back. Never came off the field, but I had great teammates back then.
Chandler, how about you? Long snapper?
I played center. That's about it.
Yeah.
And they always promised me to play defensive line, and I participated in defensive line drills every week at practice, and I would stand there next to Coach Larry Bass, our defensive line coach, and man, never put me in. Never put me in.
Chandler was the scout team.
But I basically was on scout team.
Scout team D lineman.
Very important.
They didn't want to lose me for the long snapping side of
That's
things.
right. You were too valuable.
Very, very important.
That's what. At least that's what they told me.
They put a red jersey on. They said, "Don't touch our center."
Truth.
I always have to bring up Tyler Sneed with you, Brandon, because that day where he played his first football at ECU, I was like, who in the heck is this kid? And you were literally the only person that knew him. At least I was following on Twitter. You're like, that's Tyler Sneed. Let's go Sneed. I was like, who? But you knew him from his high school days. You can tell your own story, Brandon, to your kids about playing football at the D1 level, but you can also share that Tyler Sneed story to your kids that you're coaching now, saying, look, it don't matter how big you are, look at what this guy's doing. He's had a phenomenal career here and is still putting up numbers.
So true. And again, I shared the story many a times, but long story less long. The game needs more individuals like Tyler. We get it. Playing on the Power 5 level, the FCS level, typically recruiters are looking for size and measurables. We get it, right? But at the same time, the tape doesn't lie. And Tyler was one of those individuals that he made the most of his opportunities. Anytime he had an opportunity to run a route, he got open. Anytime he touched the ball, special teams, he made plays. Even if we needed him to play some defense, which we never asked him to do, but if we needed him to play defense, he would have played defense as well.
Yeah. It has paid off big for him. We get to talk to him every Monday inside the Players Lounge. He's a great guy to talk to as well. Brandon Simmons hanging out, Coach. We'll let you run. We'll let you get to Conley. But great catching up with you, man. We'll do it again soon. You still, let's see. Are you a Bears or a Panthers guy? I can't keep up with you.
Well, I appreciate you all for allowing me to come here. I'm a Panthers fan, but it is hard to not root for the Bears. There's no surprise. I'm a Justin Fields guy. I was very heartbroken when we opted to not select Justin Fields, and I get it. The defense is a championship level defense. At least that's the direction we're heading. But I always make time to look for Justin Fields.
He had a great run.
He did. And so anytime he's playing, I'm excited to watch him play as well.
You're also a Buzz City guy, right?
Yes, I am. I love my Hornets as well. Right now we have a solid squad. I'm very impressed with the direction of our organization. Obviously, LaMelo, it all starts there, but we do have a nice nucleus there. We have Kelly O there and Miles Bridges. He's playing like a franchise type player. And then Borrego, he does a great job of getting the players to play. We're young, we're athletic, we're long, so I'm very excited about our Hornets.
And Brandon, what are you doing this winter as far as do you coach any other sports? What else are you involved in?
Yes, so I'm a year-round coach. matter of fact, yesterday was our first official day of indoor track and field. So I'm an indoor track and field coach as well. I was unable to be at practice today. Our coaching staff understood that. I'm here to support the Gators. But in addition to that, I also coach, spring track and field, and I also train as well through my business as well.
You want to give a shout out? I always give you an opportunity to talk about Master Blend too, if you'd like.
Absolutely. So Master Blend as well. That's our family farm in Eastern North Carolina, Kenansville to be exact. We're churning out products for Eastern North Carolina.
Just go to the menu right now and look at it. I mean, it is incredible.
Well, and again, it is what it is. Anyone can check it out for themselves. But every time I go to the farm when I'm not coaching, it's always a great occasion. The people down there, my family members down there, they do a very good job, and we're very happy with the direction of Master Blend's Family Farm.
And I think last time we talked to you, are you doing some training as well?
Yes. So in addition to coaching indoor track and field, outdoor track and field, I also have my own business, my own training business, Dynasty Athletic Performance. We're up to like 25 consistent athletes. Awesome. A lot of our kids are starting to, graduate and get opportunities in college. So we're very excited about the direction there. And one of our pupils who's at D.H. Conley, Christian Holly, he's a freshman, but they're using him all over the varsity as well. I was working with him at an early age, so it's pretty cool to see him, climb the ranks and that he's an Eastern North Carolina product as well.
Good deal.
Very excited.
Brandon, you need to kind of lazy, man. You need to start doing some stuff.
I know, right?
Do you ever rest? I mean, good God.
Yes, I do. I try to rest primarily on Saturdays, sometimes Sundays.
All right.
But some days I do prefer to just lay back and do nothing, play my Metroid Dread and Mario Kart 8, that type of thing. So, but not a lot.
Brandon, great to see you, man.
Likewise.
Glad you're doing so well, of course, and we'll keep in touch. Do it again. Good luck to your team tonight.
Thank you very much.
I got to pull for my Vikings.
Of course, right? For justifiably so. You all have a championship level program, so we're just excited about our younger Gators,
awesome.
Coming to Greenville, and I'm just excited about a good match tonight.
Good stuff. Brandon Simmons joining us on the fly. That was cool. Appreciate it. We'll take a timeout, come back. We'll wrap up this hour. Got Stephen Igoe joining us at 5 o'clock. We'll have more Mike Houston comments, Jeff Nadu as well, when we return after this.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Jamie Cuccinella, inviting you and your family to come by Cuccinella's Pizzeria and Italian Ice. Cuccinella's has been serving our special family recipe New York-style pizza since 1932. We think you'll taste the difference in just one bite. When you come in for a pie, don't forget to try our house-made Italian ice or gelato. We make small batches every day from scratch with all fresh ingredients. Cuccinella's on Old Tar Road across from Plant and See, Cuccinellas.com, and on Facebook and Instagram.
Texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
Ooh, look at all that Parmesan cheese on that papadilla. Our freshly folded flatbread filled with juicy meats and melted cheese now has a crunchy, toasty outside. Now that's what's Papa. Order today at papajohns.com.
Hey, Pirate fans, order the new Parmesan-crusted papadilla for only $7. The new Parmesan-crusted papadilla is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Do you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems? Perhaps professional cleaning of your air ducts can help. Family owned and operated in Winterville for over 22 years, Carolina Quality Air was the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. From residential to commercial, they can handle any size job, big or small, including our studios here at Pirate Radio. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 viruses, including the coronavirus. Visit them online at carolinaqualityair.com.
The Rick House, Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar, has great specials throughout the week, like $10 Tuesdays. Get 8 traditional wings and a draft beer for just $10. Wednesday night is date night, 2 salads, an appetizer, a bottle of wine, 2 entrees, and a dessert for just $55. Friday is smokehouse night with the best ribs and brisket around. Saturday is Italian night, featuring all of our made-from-scratch pastas along with 2 glasses of wine. And on Sunday is the legendary brunch from 10 to 2. The Rick House, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Pirate Radio.
And you write that down, because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Or you don't coach at East Carolina, you don't come to East Carolina, you don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it!
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $700 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $700 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more is Signs and Tint. Be sure to stop by their office at 801 Stanton Road in Greenville, or you can book an appointment online at signsandtint.com. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, that was pretty awesome. We try to book some guests every day and talk Pirate football.
And sometimes it's impromptu.
Sometimes they just walk right in the door.
That was a great segment with Brandon Simmons.
Brandon Simmons is awesome media-wise. Great to talk to, and doing big things, coaching, and neat that he's in town to see his high school take on my high school in playoff volleyball tonight. So he's heading his way to Hollywood Crossroads to D.H. Conley.
And his high school is playing my high school in week
Playoff
1
football.
of playoff football this week.
So we got a lot of battles going on right here in the Pirate Radio studios. Thanks to Brandon Simmons dropping by. We will hear from Jeff Nadu coming up in hour number 3 of today's show. So we'll push him back a little bit. Stephen Igoe said to join us at 5. Let's wrap up this hour, Chandler, with some more Mike Houston. Let's hear cut 4 as he talked about the play of Holden Ahlers.
Well, I thought he played well, this past Thursday night, particularly with decision making. And I thought he did some things that we've been encouraging to do. I thought he did some things where he didn't force things. He kind of took what was there. I thought he did a great job of using his feet. Things break down. Quarterback scrambles. Made several big plays right there. I thought he did a good job understanding some situations in the ball game. So that's the guy that we need to be successful. That's it, and he understands that. If I can keep him just really dialed in to just, what's happening inside of our building, what's happening inside of his meeting room, and then taking that out to the practice field, and then taking that practice field to the game field. I think that's the real key to success.
All right, Mike Houston also talked about one of Ayler's new favorite targets, Audio Matosha, coming on here in 2021. Cut 7, Chandler. He talked about the play of Audie.
Well, I mean, I think he's one that you look back at the season, and he's progressed every single week, and I think a lot of his confidence. I think his work ethic is paying off. He's one that we've talked about for about 2 years now, just how hard he's worked to develop his body, to develop his hands, to develop his route running. So I think that hard work's paying off. I think the confidence he has in himself is making him, continue to allow him to play better and better each week. I think the confidence that Holton and the quarterbacks have in him, the confidence that the coaches have in him, I think that's a big factor too. So I just think all of it goes into the fact that he's established himself as a legitimate, reliable threat down in and down out, and he's come through and made the plays.
All right, Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, asked Mike Houston about the sequence of events at the end of the first half. Pirates thought they had scored on an Ayler's touchdown run. That gets called short of the goal line. Then they come out, run a quarterback sneak. Igoe asked about that sequence. Here's what Coach Houston had to say. Cut 6, Sean.
Well, I think, first, we were all a little surprised it wasn't a touchdown on third down. So after it was ruled not a touchdown, anytime you try to get the sneak, you try to do it pretty quick. They went to review the whole time. I thought that we get a touchdown, back from review. To be honest, I really kicked myself. I started to call timeout. I didn't like the sneak in that situation. I put that one on me. We should have been in a different play.
All right, so one of those hindsight deals where you look back and say, would have done that one differently. Didn't cost the Pirates because they were able to have that big second half. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back hour 3. Still got a few Houston cuts to get to. Got Stephen Igoe to get to. And the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. And we'll make you a winner. A lot of ands there because we have a big hour 3 on tap of Pirate Radio Live, and we'll be back with you after this.
Are you ready, Pirate fans? Freeboot Friday is back. Uptown Greenville invites you to Freeboot Friday, the official pep rally of home ECU football games. Join fans for live music, food, beer and wine, children's activities, and more. Brought to you by Wells Fargo, the Freeboot Fun takes place from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. each Friday before ECU home football games in the 5 Points Plaza. Visit uptowngreenville.com for more information. And as always, go Pirates!
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
Anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those, but anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, are you ready for some Warren's hot dogs? Warren's Original Hot and Judy's Mild Sweet Chili Hot Dogs have been the official hot dog of sports fans for over 30 years. Pick up a tailgate special this football season of 10 or more hot dogs for only $1.50 each. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the new Chakawinity location next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
Hey Pirate fans, your one-stop shop for all your tailgate essentials is Shimmer Boutique. Need some purple and gold to wear? Shimmer has a great selection of clothing for men, women, and children. Need some shoes? Shimmer has the best selection of Hey Dudes around. Need a cooler for tailgating? Shimmer has you covered with a huge selection of Yeti and outdoor accessories. Shimmer, just 1 minute from the stadium on Greenville Boulevard behind Starbucks and in Winterville and Jacksonville. Find us online at shimmerboutiqueonline.com. Go Pirates!
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Holiday time is precious. Save time and fly local at flypgv.com. Book today on American Airlines at PGV and enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. American Airlines and PGV. Book now at flypgv.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Hello, this is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now's the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage at historically low rates. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
Dear past, present, and future football watchers, football is back, just how you remembered it. Tailgates with an ice-cold Pepsi in hand? Totally back. That between-play sprint to the fridge for more Pepsi is back, baby. I really miss this. Anyways, consider this your official excuse for always putting football watching first, courtesy of Pepsi. That haircut appointment? Your mom told us you look great, so you should probably reschedule. Seeing the in-laws for the first time in ages.
It's been so long.
Nope, sorry, Susan. Not if it's on Sunday. Long story short, after the year we've all had, we think you could use a little football watching. So crack open a Pepsi and cheer your football watching face off. With love, Pepsi. Made for football watching. That's what I like.
Hi, this is Billy Parker at Parker's Barbecue. Did you know that we have party rooms at our Memorial Drive location? We can accommodate parties from 10 to 110, or anything in between. We can serve family-style buffet or order off the menu. Parker's Barbecue. Come celebrate with us.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. Watch all of Pirate Radio's local programming on YouTube Live. Go to YouTube and search for Pirate Radio TV and subscribe today. Watch Pirate Radio Live Monday through Friday from 3 to 6, and the Bud Light pregame tailgate and U.S. Cellular fifth quarter call-in show on game day. So just go to YouTube and search Pirate Radio TV and subscribe today. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you on Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. We'll make you a winner this hour. We got a giveaway coming up. Cool to have Brandon Simmons just drop by. He was hanging out shopping at UBE. He said, I'm going to pop in and say hello. And
I heard you say something about, like, former running back coming in, and I didn't know, like, and I looked and I was like, oh, crap, Brandon Simmons.
And you can't just say hello. I got to get you on the air for a segment. So he hung out. And as you know, Igoe, one of the best, like, former players when it comes to talking to and on the air, Brandon Simmons.
Ran into him in the parking lot. I said, I can recognize those pipes.
He's got great pipes.
That voice, man, yeah. I think we've had him on Pirate Radio like a combined 35 times now.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, he's an awesome dude.
And the Pirates are playing Brandon Simmons style, Brandon Simmons era football right now, Steven. Run game, defense.
Yep.
It's like a throwback to 15 years ago all of a sudden.
That's what we talked about in the parking lot. It's what you guys talked about on the air. Like, it's just fun to see, the defense playing with juice, with swag. Dare I say it?
Oh, no. Don't say that.
I don't want to bring back the Tim Irvin swag, but...
yeah, that didn't work out too good.
But I think this is genuine swag.
Genuine swag.
Genuine swag.
Steve and I go hoist the colors. While you're here, I want to hit on football, baseball, basketball. So let's do that. Let's start with football, Igoe. ECU Temple. We'll make our picks later, which, by the way, Stephen Igoe is legitimately the best picker against the spread we have on the show. On the year, he is 30-14-1 against the spread. And I don't even tell him what games we're going to do. We just do 5 college games a week. Try to pick an AAC game, some top 25 games, the ECU game, and right off the cuff, he gives his pick, no research, just Igoe's brain, and it's 16 games above 500 right now.
And, a lot of it is luck, obviously, but a lot of it is just gut and feel based on kind of like yourself. Like, I like to look at the previous week.
Ride the roller coaster.
Yeah, I just don't overanalyze it. There's multiple ways to do it. You have Wager McGee, who does it a certain way.
Overanalyzes it.
Overanalyzes everything, but does a good job because, he spends a lot of time looking into that stuff.
We'll talk to Nadu in a little bit. He analyzes it, but he also brings emotion into it.
Yeah.
He has teams he likes, players he likes.
And I feel like he goes with gut sometimes too. Like, he's just like, I watched this team and it just doesn't look good. I don't have a good feeling about this game, that sort of stuff. So, yeah, a lot of mine is gut based. But I feel like usually I'm around 500 or a little above. This is the first year I've been just pretty good.
Yeah, you're doing quite well. We'll make some picks later on. Igoe, what do you think about that number beside ECU's name, though? 16. I mean, it says a lot about where Temple is right now, but also Vegas thinks East Carolina is going to take care of business at home like they did a week ago.
Yeah, and ECU is 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 games. So they're covering the spread. I think Vegas is really starting to give them some respect. I also think Temple, it does worry me to lay that many points in consecutive games with ECU, double-digit points. Like, at some point, I feel like they're just going to win a game by a touchdown or two, and even that wouldn't cover the spread. So I think right now I'm leaning towards Temple to cover because it's a big number, and I feel like after last week they're going to at least play better. They played like trash at UCF, and you also have to remember, I don't know if Rod Carey's lost that team, but he's basically coaching for his job at this point. I mean, if they lose out, I just can't see a scenario where they come back. So I imagine the coaching staff's going to be pretty motivated unless they've just completely checked out.
That's something you got to start thinking about as we get here in the cold months. Like, are these players still locked in? Yeah. East Carolina's certainly playing for a lot, so you got to like that from a Pirate perspective. From a Temple perspective, it's, what is the motivation at this point for these guys? I don't know.
Yeah, and, the thing that scares me, though, is, I feel like they have enough talent to where if they actually show up and want to play, they're capable of winning the game. I just think things are off there. I don't know if you listened or read any of the Rod Carey press conference, but it's just a bizarre back and forth with the reporters. And apparently the quarterback, Dewan Mathis, said after the last game something about not being able to change things at the line of scrimmage, and you can ask coach about that. And then the coach was asked about it and he didn't want to get into it or said all this stuff. So it's just kind of a weird.
Well, it sounds like all that's playing into this line as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Vegas is thinking
for sure.
One team's headed this way, one is headed to the crapper.
Again, talent-wise, they're fairly comparable to ECU, and they got Randall Jones back last game. I think he made a big touchdown catch, and he's a good receiver. They got 2 or 3 really good receivers, a good running back, solid O-line. So they got pieces. Defensively, they took a hit. They had 4 starters out in the secondary last week. I don't know what the status is of that. They lost all their defensive linemen to the portal, so they did lose some pieces defensively. But offensively, I feel like if ECU takes this game for granted on defense, they can give up some points.
I heard on the Players Lounge Monday, Stephen, a lot of guys saying Temple's a good team. We have to take them as serious as any other opponent, which means they know that they're favored and they're supposed to win, which is always kind of nervous, right?
Well, yeah, they're always going to say the right things leading up to the game, but what really is going on in their head? The coaches can say it. I think it's intentional that Mike Houston's saying, hey, dangerous opponent, big game, Temple's on the series, all that stuff is intentional because he wants his team locked in. And in reality, ECU's not at a point where they can overlook anybody because the talent in the program is just not at a point where you can show up in a conference game and be like, oh, we're better than this team, because ECU, quite frankly, is not that much more talented than some of these teams they're facing that they're favored by. They're just executing and playing as a better team right now. And if they go out there and slack off, they'll get beat. I mean, it's that simple. So it's up to the players at the end of the day. The coaches are going to prepare the same way. The players have to answer the bell and bring the right mindset into the game. And you would think that after the Charleston Southern deal, after struggling in the first half for South Florida, that wouldn't be an issue.
All right, let's hear cut 8. Did you ask this about the red shirting of players? 4 games left. So kind of 2 things here. We could see some new faces because there's 4 games left. You can play and still redshirt these guys. Also, there's guys that have played in games that maybe we won't see in games because they want to use that red shirt. So this is cut 8 as Stephen Igoe asked Mike Houston about the last 4 games of the season.
Yeah, we have. And you got some guys that are, you've got a couple that have been injured that are coming back that you'll see us start to work in. That it's just when are they going to be ready? But you'll see some guys here in the last 4 games that maybe you haven't seen all year. You're going to see some guys that maybe don't play here in the last couple of games if we think that we can and should redshirt them. And that's the whole thing. Is especially the COVID stuff. It's, how realistic is it for a kid to be here 6 years if he's young? It's different if you're an older guy, and you got 1 more year of college football to play. It's really it's a deal. I've looked at it for about the last 3 weeks. I look at a report every Sunday of how many games kids have played in, and you're weighing, how much are they going to play? What is their impact on winning and losing each week? What is best for their development? You're looking at so many factors right there. And so it's one of those things that we are conscientious of, and it's one of those things that we're going to use to give us the best opportunities to be successful on game days.
Stephen, we've had so many conversations about the quarterback position and Mason Garcia and when will we see him in? Why haven't we seen more? How's he doing health-wise? I never really factored in the red shirt part of it until Jeff Charles said something about it in pregame last week, and I thought about it like, well, yeah, they could keep him redshirted this year. He would enter as a freshman next year, right?
Yeah, he'd be a redshirt freshman.
A redshirt freshman in year 3, basically, which is just mind-boggling. So when it comes to him specifically, Stephen, do you think that's something the coaches are looking at right now when it comes to maybe keeping him out of games?
I know they've talked about it, but I think at the end of the day, if there's an opportunity to get him in the game, I'll be surprised if they don't get him in the game. So it's
like a cherry on top. Like, if we could do that, great, but if not, we're going to play him. And
what's more important? We don't know if Ehlers is going to be back at this point next year. And so
getting him game reps is more important.
Like getting him game reps versus a 6-year that he may or may not even be here for. So in reality, how many college student athletes want to stay for 6 years? Now, quarterback maybe is different, but if Mason Garcia ends up being as good as we all think he could be, he could end up going to the NFL or whatever. So, I don't think you can say, hey, we have to redshirt this guy. Like you said, if it works out to where ECU's playing in 4 close games, Holton Ahlers is healthy every snap, then you have that feather in your cap. You can redshirt him. You can say, hey, we still have Mason Garcia 4 more years. I personally don't see him as a guy who's going to stay at ECU for 6 years. But, crazier things have happened. And I still think if you're beating Temple by 4 touchdowns, losing to Temple by 4 touchdowns late, get him in the game. I think game experience at this point is more important because he basically got a redshirt year last year. And that's how I would look at it. But I would not blame them if they try to find a way to redshirt him if the scenario works out.
Are you keeping up with the game count? The who's playing, how many games guys have played, and if no,
not this year.
You've been doing that in the past.
I have.
I've been wondering where that is.
Well, what
it's Slater going?
Got me kind of busy, but no, I mean the game participation chart from Pro Football Focus and ECU Pirates.com doesn't match up, so I'm trying to figure out who actually has played.
Yeah. Are there any?
Focus has Ray Rose playing in 2 games, and ECU has him playing in none. So I don't know.
Do you remember seeing him?
He played special teams. I know for sure against Houston.
So are there any interesting names of guys that we maybe haven't seen a lot of? You think we will these last 4 games, or that you'd like to see in there? Pop McKay.
Yeah, I mean, there's not. The crazy thing is the depth is so good right now. Like, they don't really have to throw anybody in there.
And that's the thing too with Pop McKay. Like, if this was a video game, you'd feel great. The Pirates are almost playing this like it's a video game. You've had your running backs healthy all year. Right. You just keep going to Mitchell and Harris. Now, the problem is there are emotions involved in this. and having to keep guys happy. So from that standpoint, you'd like to see other guys get in, but you just haven't needed any other running backs to this point this season.
No offense to Pop McKay, who I think will be a really good player in time, but why would you take Rajay or Keaton out of the game?
Exactly.
Like, why would you take both of them out of the game for a guy who's never played before? And so, like, to me, unless if one of them's hurt or banged up, then yeah, you're playing a third back. But knock on wood, they've been able to stay healthy. They've done a good job of rotating them, getting them touches. So I feel like they've handled it fine and handled it good. Now it's to the point where he has not played in 8 games, so he could play in the last 4 games and still redshirt. And that's not counting the bowl game, obviously.
Will he make his first carry of 2021 on Saturday?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
But, I mean, I think if ECU gets up comfortably, yes. But I'm picking a close game.
Ooh, interesting. There's a tease for next segment. We'll take a timeout, come back. When we return, we'll make some picks. We'll get Igoe's thoughts on the season opener basketball next week and also Purple Gold World Series. And we'll make you a winner at the end of next segment as well. It's all ahead on Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Cadillac. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2021 Cadillac CT5 lease at $489 a month, 10,000 miles a year for 36 months for qualified buyers. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
You demand perfection. That's why you drive the perfect car. Okay, maybe it's not exactly perfect, but it's perfect to get you to Domino's for their perfect $7.99 carry-out deal. Carry out any 3-topping pizza or a 10-piece order of wings, smothered in delicious sauces like hot buffalo, garlic parmesan, and honey barbecue, just $7.99 each. Demand the perfect carry-out deal at Domino's. Carry-out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size.
At US Cellular, we can help everyone stay connected for less. And less also means more, as in more choice. Right now, you choose any phone and we make it free. Plus, get unlimited data for $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
University PC Care has been busier than ever repairing personal PC and Mac computers and iPhones during this pandemic. And we thank you for your support. Now, with everyone streaming and doing work from school and home, you may have discovered that your home Wi-Fi just isn't cutting it. It may be time to upgrade your home network, and University PC Care can help. To make a network assessment appointment and discover upgrade options that fit your home, go to talktowilliam.com or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Burgers, wings, hand-cut, hand-breaded chicken tenders, fresh salads, and cold beer is the starting lineup at Tiebreakers and has been keeping customers happy for 20 years. Tiebreakers family atmosphere is the perfect place to come watch your favorite team play while enjoying a great lunch or dinner. In a hurry or looking for catering options? Get Tiebreakers to go. That now includes the new curbside pickup by ordering online at tiebreakersnc.com. Tiebreakers.
I'm on site at the Gavigan Agency, and you guys have been taking care of my home and auto insurance for years, but I've been noticing that's not all you do.
First and foremost, Brian, thank you for trusting us to help you and your family with your insurance needs. And you're exactly right. We offer a full host of insurance products to help protect our customers' personal and business insurance needs. Let me introduce you to Nathan Brannon, our commercial insurance specialist, and he can tell you about some of the other products we offer.
Great to talk with you, Brian. As John mentioned, I specialize in offering general liability,
commercial property, business auto, and workers' compensation insurance to independent contractors, small business owners, and larger commercial customers throughout eastern North Carolina. As a graduate of East Carolina University, I am passionate about taking care of my fellow pirates.
Wow, sounds like the Gavigan Agency can provide you just about any coverage a business owner might need. So give the Gavigan Agency a call today for any of your personal or business insurance needs and let them show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
This is Holt Nailers, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Heartscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Heartscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Heartscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sun Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back at Angel Oak. They continue to make customer service the number one priority. A local mortgage advisor is the key to your transaction success. The combination of their local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for every financial situation. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right. Igoe and I are recapping the worst NFL game played in years between his Broncos and my football team, where Heineke throws the pick. Broncos are ready to seal the deal.
35 seconds left, I think, when they got the ball back.
And they go fumble, but they recover.
Yeah.
Incomplete pass. Why are you throwing? Fumble, turnover to give Heineke an opportunity to throw the ball out of the end zone on the last play.
Yeah, it didn't even give his guy a chance.
There was actually a good bit of Broncos fans at AJ's on Sunday. That when I say a good bit, there was two couples that were Broncos fans, and they were so comfortable once they had the ball. And I go, "Oh no!" And they go, "What?" And I said, "Y'all just fumbled the football." And that was almost a scary one for the Broncos.
I honestly, after Melvin Gordon fumbled, I wanted them to lose. I wanted them to lose because it was the worst display of final possession clock management I've seen since ECU versus UCF in 2014. I mean, and honestly, it was worse because Denver would have been better off taking a knee 3 times.
Yeah.
And then doing whatever ECU did on 4th down.
Who fumbled the first time? Was it Gordon or Williams? So both running backs
fumbled. And they threw an incomplete pass.
That is brutal. And they won the game.
And they won
the game. Wow.
They gave it to Washington at the 20?
Yeah. Take a few cracks at the end zone here. Yeah, lucky when you're playing Washington. You're just how many ways can
you're lucky to be playing Washington.
Yes, you're right. You're lucky. The schedule makers, the West, played the East this year.
Now they got Dallas on the road. So
let's do some picks real quick, Steven. Steven Igoe, an astonishing 30-14-1 on the year. I'm 24-20-1. I'm 4 games over 500. I feel like I'm doing good.
He knows his picks. He just doesn't know his quarterbacks.
His 16. Igoe has no clue about the quarterback position. That has been well documented.
Well, we do know that Ryan Tannehill, now that Derrick Henry's gone, by the way,
he gets to prove himself.
He is going to fade into absolute oblivion.
I'll tell you, he's not a good quarterback. Carson Wentz. Did you see his 2 turnovers at the end of the game on Sunday?
Somehow they managed to turn it to overtime.
Yeah, where he could throw another interception.
Right. Yeah, that one at the goal line was bad.
I heard the announcer. I hadn't watched a lot of Colts this year. The biggest play was when they threw it up in the end zone and the DB tackled the receiver, so they got the ball at the 1. Yep. And the announcer said their best play this year in the pass game has been the pass interference. That's never a good sign when that's the case. ECU minus 16 against Temple. I took the Pirates last week. What was it? 10?
9.5, 10.
I'm gonna take them again at home. 30-40?
30-40?
41-20, 38-17. I'll take the Pirates.
41.
Huh?
Is that you saying ECU's going to score 41?
38.
I can't feel comfortable laying 16 with ECU.
That's a lot of points.
I think this is a closer game. I think ECU wins like 35-24.
Okay. We'll take Temple plus the points. Steven, I'm going to make the wrong pick here. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. I just want it to happen so bad. I love the Wake Forest story. They're underdogs to North Carolina. And I'm going to take the underdog Wake Forest Demon Deacons, even though they're going to lose. Go ahead, Igoe.
What's the spread, though? Is it like 4?
North Carolina -2.
Okay, so it's gone down. I saw it open at like 4.5. If it would have stayed at that, I would have picked Wake, but I'm taking UNC.
Yeah, this is one that's like...
It's a sucker bet.
It is. Complete. I'm a full sucker for Wake Forest. SMU is a 5.5-point road favorite against Memphis. This will be interesting to see what the Tigers do. Steven, we got them coming up. SMU coming off a loss. Do they bounce back, or do they let Houston beat them twice in a row? What do you think?
Memphis, Jekyll and Hyde. SMU, I said last week, they fade down the stretch every year. They got a brutal schedule to finish their year. Memphis coming off a bye. I don't know what their quarterback situation is, but I'm taking Memphis.
I'll take SMU. I don't like that either. You're making smart picks.
And you're not.
I know.
You're making complete opposite picks of me.
All right, Steven, you said last week Mel Tucker had one more big win in him, and he got it against Michigan. We'll talk to Jeff Nadu in a moment. His favorite pick of the weekend is Purdue, +3 at home against Michigan State.
Purdue all day.
I mean, you pretty much picked this game last week.
Yeah.
When you said Michigan State wins against Michigan and then loses the next week. I'll take Purdue with you in that one. Purdue, by the way, has already knocked off Iowa this year, trying to knock off another top 5 team in Michigan State. That's weird to see them 5th in the country.
It is weird.
Houston is a 13-point favorite on the road at USF. I really want to take the Bulls here, but they didn't show me anything as to why I should do that. Houston, you like their run defense, right?
I like their defense.
And South Florida, all they can do really is run the ball. 13?
I think South Florida hangs around, but then collapses late. Houston.
Kind of like last week against ECU. I'll take Houston, too. I can't fall much further behind you, so I'll take the Cougars on the road. No, I'm not. Nah. They ain't for real. I'll take South Florida.
But the Bulls are.
Good point. Igoe, what are you excited about next Tuesday? Who do you want to see in Minji's? I'll be there. Is Winston Tabbs okay?
As far as I know, I think they've just been holding him out as a precaution.
Dooley and Antoine Jackson said that he's been practicing, but he did not participate in the scrimmages as far as we know, right? So
correct.
He'll make his first action with the team on opening night, hopefully, ready to go. We always have an injury going into the season.
It feels that way, especially since Dooley got here. I feel like there's been like a lingering injury or two every single year.
We had to wait a while before Tremont and Pig made their debuts, and then there's been other guys throughout the years as well, but hopefully fully loaded for Tuesday night.
Yeah, I would love to see the full roster. I think Tabbs is still going to take until December or so to really work back into true game shape, but
and you know what? South Carolina State and Canisius aren't bad opponents to not have Tabbs. Get them out there a little bit, but
I thought you were about to say they aren't bad opponents, but yeah, no, that's the first thing.
I hope they're bad opponents. I'm saying that we don't need to be fully stocked for those guys.
Will ECU be 3-0 going to the Myrtle Beach Classic?
So it's Canisius, Western, and South Carolina State? Yes. We've already done this. We already did our...
I'm just re-asking. I mean, people may have missed.
If you missed. And baseball, Igoe. You going to be able to get out to Clark LeClaire this weekend?
Probably not. I mean,
too much going on.
Too much going on with the game. I might try and swing by Saturday morning before the Temple game, before heading over.
All right.
I just saw that the first pick for Ryder Giles' team was Cooch. Jake Cooch.
Nice.
Went with the old veteran. Igoe. It is November 2nd. So let's fast forward to February. What's the opening weekend pitching rotation? Carson Wisenhunt, Friday night. You do the rest.
Jake Kuchmaner and Garrett Saylor.
I was interested to see if you would name a new name. If there is a new name that could pitch in the weekend or potentially start midweek, who would that be?
Great question. They have a lefty Merritt Beaker. They have a righty Trey Savage, but I don't know if he's going to start in the bullpen or what. I just haven't seen enough. I honestly haven't even been out to fall practice, so I don't know, to be quite honest.
This is where I need Ronnie Woodward in my life, but he is no longer with us.
And I haven't talked to Cliff Godwin, owner, off the record lately.
What happened to Ronnie? He's no longer with us.
Well, once you leave the sports media biz, I have no use for you.
You're dead.
You're dead. You're not that guy, pal. Just kidding. I like Ronnie.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
We keep our text chat going. I feel like Clip never responds on a Sunday, by the way, if you want to text him. He just...
It's like my one day off.
But, like, I always text you. Don't get a response, and I see you tweeting about, like, what we're texting about, but you don't respond to it. So I'm like, here's what Clip would have said if he would have responded.
No, I like being a part of it. I don't.
You're more of a lurker though than a.
I'm a lurker, and I don't like
unless it's Twitter
texting during. You know what? I guess I will tweet sometimes, like during Braves games after big moments, but
like boom.
I like to say boom after a home run because I feel good.
I mean, how can you not feel good after that Freddie bomb?
That was a
tank.
Yeah. So, what do you think happens?
Braves in 6, man. I've said it all.
Oh, yeah, you called that.
Tonight's the night.
He called it from the beginning. Good stuff. Thanks, Steven. Check out hoistthecolors.net. We'll talk to you Saturday during the pregame.
All right.
Open up the booty bag, bro.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
317-1250. What are we giving away, Mint Man?
$25 gift card to ENS Hemp Company.
How do you like that name? Mint Man.
Mint Man.
Mint Man.
Mint Man.
Let's do caller 8. 317-1250. We'll make you a winner right now. Come back with Jeff Nadu after this.
Tommy's Express Car Wash is the car wash Greenville is talking about. At the corner of Red Banks Road and Greenville Boulevard, this state-of-the-art wash will keep your car looking great. And now Tommy's has just launched its new 2.0 Tommy's Express app. And anyone who downloads the app now will receive 30 free days of washing with their top-of-the-line wash, the Works Wash. Download the Tommy's Express app now by going to your app store or visit them on location, open 7 days a week at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
Sawyer's Fun Park is now open in Greenville. This state-of-the-art 40,000 square foot facility features a 2-story LED interactive laser tag, a one-of-a-kind 2-story ninja course, a ropes course with a 180-degree zip line, and it's only one of 5 in the country that are indoors. Multiple climbing walls, a super cool arcade with 40-plus games, and a brand-new full-service cafe and bar for adults. Visit the brand-new Sawyer's Fun Park, now open, located right behind ARU on Corey Road, Greenville.
It's Bostic Sugg Furniture's 84th anniversary. Since 1937, Bostic Sugg has built a legacy based on quality furniture, value, and exceptional customer service. Get anniversary savings up to 15% off store-wide, plus 6 months special financing on brands like Lazy Boy, Kincaid, Rowe, Bassett, and more. Plus, for a limited time, get local delivery for only $19.37. Wake up to a whole new you and enjoy 72 months special financing on a new Serta or Restonic mattress now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
If you missed the Bud Light pregame tailgate, you missed.
Or Dana Holgerson, Houston head coach, talked about how multiple the defense is, but also just how aggressive and attacking the East Carolina's defense has been this year, and they have been.
Yeah, and I think defensively, the Pirates have to find their balance between being too aggressive. Problem is with East Carolina, if you blitz too much, East Carolina is prone sometimes to giving up the big plays.
Tune in game days for the Bud Light pregame tailgate right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This is a public notice. Only Discount Mattress and Furniture, 1501 Evans Street in Greenville. Every single item must be sold at pennies on the dollar. All wood chest, $99. Computer desk, $99. Nightstands, $49. Dinette sets, table and 4 chairs, $199. Chairs, end tables, coffee tables, $20. Bedroom suits, living room suits up to 75% off. Regular mattresses sets, regular $500. Today, $200. Discount Mattress and Furniture, 1501 Evans Street in Greenville. Winning is not everything, it's the only thing.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware Building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
When your family gathers around a shakaroni from Papa John's, you're sharing more than extra cheese and pepperoni. You're sharing scholarships, meals, and laughter. Because $1 from every shakaroni goes to charity. That's pizza with a purpose.
Hey, Pirate fans, the Shakaroni Pizza is back, and only for $13. Plus $1 from every purchase goes to charity. The Shakaroni is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
This is Coach Gary Overton, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Quality Equipment is your full-service John Deere dealer with 28 locations to serve you. Quality Equipment is open in Winterville next to Sam's Club, or visit qualityequip.com to find the location near you. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, let's talk some college football from a gambling perspective as the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, joins us on the Fixed NC Live line on a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Big man, welcome back to the program. How you doing today?
Doing well, Clip. How are you?
Hey, doing all right. The Pirates got a cover last Thursday, and they've been doing that a lot here of late. And East Carolina will now welcome in the Temple Owls coming to Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium on Saturday. Temple way down this year, but man, this line has gotten a little wacky. How about ECU minus 17 against Temple? Jeff, we were talking last week about how the number against South Florida seemed a little high for East Carolina. They're getting a lot of credit here, a lot of respect from Vegas. I think this is more about the disrespect towards Temple and what they've done this season. But when you see that number beside ECU's name, what do you think for Saturday?
Well, I don't have a huge issue with it. I mean, when you look at the 5 losses that the Temple Owls have had, all have come by 20 or more. So, when they lose, they lose. You look at their wins, they've come against Akron, who might be the worst team in the country, Wagner, who's not a Division I team, and then you beat Memphis, who it seems like every week they either win close or just lose. So I don't really have much of a dash. It's one of those days. But you look at the last 3 games, they've been outscored by 111 points, Clip combined. 2 of them were against South Florida, who's dreadful, and Central Florida, who doesn't. Look, if Mackenzie Milton beats you or Dylan Gabriel in past years, so be it. But they lose 49-7 last week. Obviously, I think when you look at ECU, though, there's a lot of, I guess, almost excitement around this team.
Yeah.
Won 4 of 6 overall. 2 wins, and they're in a bowl game. You have to admit at this point, it's becoming more and more likely they're going to beat Temple. And I think you really have to look at it and say, I think you can beat Memphis, and I think you're on the front foot and a favorite probably against the Naval Academy. So, yeah, I think it's going to end well for ECU people. I know they have a rabid, passionate fan base, and I hope they get there. I always enjoy, Clip, listening to your show after the fact.
Yeah.
You have some very interesting folks that call in. But, yeah, I would I'd be almost interested in laying it. I just kind of look at Temple, and this team's barely averaging 300 yards a game. They just really struggle to move the ball, and when they lose bad.
Kind of big picture with Temple, Jeff. Historically, not a good football program, but you look at the trend with Golden and with Rule and Jeff Collins and those guys just winning a lot of games there, putting together really good, the Temple Tough moniker they use. And we've talked about it that at some point it was going to run out, and it looks like it might have with Rod Carey. I mean, Temple does not have a passionate, rabid, football fan base like an East Carolina, but is there pressure there enough to where they might go ahead and cut ties with Carey, or do you think he'll be around a couple more years? Well, what's the situation up there?
Yeah, it was a really bad hire, I think, to begin with. Rod Carey, I've always said, is a loser. I mean, he's a loser coach, and I hate to be rude, but he is. I mean, he didn't do much to really right the ship really anywhere he's been. I think when it comes to Temple, and something that I've noticed as a basketball fan really since I was a kid, they're not quick to pull the plug on guys. I mean, obviously they didn't have to with John Chaney on the basketball side, and they gave Fran Dunphy a pretty long leash. I mean, I think Fran Dunphy was probably fired 3 or 4 years too late. They just didn't make a good hire with Rod Carey, and I think they're going to have to kind of deal with that. I probably would imagine that if next year it's the same thing, I would imagine they'd probably move on. But, you have to remember, Clip, they originally had Manny Diaz, who would have been a home run hire, and he kind of decided a day or two later, I'm not taking them.
Yeah.
They kind of had to settle on someone like Carey. Carey's system just is boring. I think it's old. It doesn't work anymore. Yeah, it hasn't been good in Temple. It's been a complete mess.
Jeff Nadu joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. The Maction is here, Jeff. We've got college football on Tuesday night and Wednesday night. So let's run over some of these games. I know that you're not afraid to get involved in some MAC football action. Coming up tonight, Eastern Michigan, a 9-point dog on the road at Toledo. Ball State is a big road favorite against Akron, 20-point favorite there in that one. And then Miami of Ohio at Ohio. Miami of Ohio, a 7-point favorite. All those totals there in the mid to upper 50s. And then on Wednesday night, a couple more games, Northern Illinois, Kent State, Central Michigan, Western Michigan. Jeff, have you looked over the MAC slate the next two nights? Anything stand out to you?
Yeah, I think all these games are going to be interesting in their own right. One that I'm having my eye on here is Eastern Michigan and Toledo. I've been no stranger to Toledo. I've been involved in a lot of their games this year. I've actually have a winning record backing this team, and I was able to kind of jump off the wagon at the right time. I think this team's kind of going the wrong way. They seem to have been going the wrong way. They're not the team of old that we remember where they're going to put up 40 points a game. They're a little different this year, a little bit more solid on the defensive end. And let me just be honest, Clip, their quarterback play has not been good enough. They, from a passing standpoint, have been a complete mess. They just can't throw the football, really. They have really kind of hit the skids of Carter Bradley. It looks like he's been benched. And they've went to this freshman quarterback, DeQuan Finn, who is a little bit more Michael Vick-like, but he can't throw the football. And it bogs the offense down. They have a good defense. I look at Eastern Michigan. I definitely feel like backing them over, and I'm not understanding why they're this big a dog. They've actually been a pleasant surprise this year under Chris Creighton. Ben Bryant, the quarterback, has done a pretty nice job, and they're bowl eligible with a win, which is pretty big in this kind of game. I'm looking at the 9 and saying, maybe in years past I'd lay it with Toledo, but not here. I think this is a low-scoring, knockdown, drag-out, 24-21 type of game. I'm going to lean on the Eagles here.
Jeff Nadu joining us. Great to have college football and some type of football every night of the week this week, and a lot of that throughout November with these teams playing these midweek games. Jeff, let's look at Saturday, and I'll highlight a couple of games, and then we'll get your take on some things I didn't mention that you like. But I've loved to follow and to back Wake Forest this year. They are now number 10 in the country, and now they're hitting their tough stretch. They got, NC State, BC, Clemson all ahead, and North Carolina coming up this week. And Wake Forest, the 10th ranked team in the country, is an underdog on the road in Chapel Hill. The total is in the 70s. So Wake Forest, Jeff, they're probably the same for you and people nationally that they are for people in the state here. And I don't want to say we don't care about them, but there's no passion there. People hate or like, North Carolina, NC State, Duke, and Wake's just kind of out there, they're cute. They'll make a run with Tim Duncan or Chris Paul or Al Farouk Aminu in basketball every now and then. Jim Grove went to one, BCS game with them in football. That was cute. Nobody takes them real serious, Jeff. If they win this game, it might be time to start talking about them as a potential playoff team if they run the table. But they got to get through North Carolina. I love this matchup. What do you think about this game on Saturday?
Yeah, they've done a really good job down there. It's been fun to watch this team. I really like what they have, too. I mean, they're really incredible on the offensive end. One of the better offensive teams in the country. Been money on that side of the football. Sam Hartman's done just a bang-up job. You look at, I think, the real concern with UNC is this defense. I mean, this defense is dreadful. They don't ever get stops. They didn't get any stops under Larry Fedora. They don't get any stops under Mac Brown. I'm skeptical, though, at this number. I think it's begging you to take Wake Forest.
Yeah.
Remember, though, Sam Howell's still a good quarterback. Sam Howell has had no trouble moving the ball either. They're going to throw a ton. He's going to run a ton. He is the bell cow of that football team. I look at, North Carolina clip, and they remind me a lot of Texas last year under Sam Ehlinger. Just a guy that does it all, not a very good defense, and he's going to have to play in a lot of shootouts. I know this total is 76.5 or 76. I got to tell you, I don't want to pick a winner. I think this game is a shootout. It screams like 48-41 to me. I don't really want to pick a winner. North Carolina is just always going to be on the front foot. Wake has shown time and time again they can't get any stops either. I think this is a high-scoring game. These games generally, for whatever reason, don't deliver when you think they're going to be really high-scoring. But
right.
It's been fun watching Wake. I think after last week where they weren't really tested, they're going to get tested this week. And when you have a team that can throw the football, run the football against Wake, they're just going to kind of play score for score with you. And when people want to play score for score with Wake, they do it.
Jeff Nadu joining us. Jeff, we're going to see the first unveiling of the college football playoff rankings tonight. And you've got several teams that are on the road or at home against an opponent that could get you. And let me just run over these games, Jeff, and get your quick takes on, are one of these teams that still have their eye on the big prize in trouble this weekend. Ohio State is on the road at Nebraska. That is a noon kickoff on Fox. Alabama at home against LSU. Probably take care of business there. Oklahoma State still has a matchup with Oklahoma in Stillwater, so if they take care of business, they could get their name up there potentially in the top four. They're on the road at West Virginia, and then Oregon, who has that win against Ohio State, on the road against Washington. So when you look at Oregon, Bama, Ohio State, Oklahoma State this weekend, Jeff, do all of them take care of business, or do you see one slipping up here now that the pressure is on?
No, I think Oklahoma State will lose this week at West Virginia. That's a tough place to go play. That's a tough atmosphere to deal with. That's a pretty good football team there, Clip, West Virginia. They're well coached, got a good defense, a great run game with Letty Brown. Jarrett Dosch had a huge game last week against Iowa State. Really made them into mincemeat. He did a great job, I thought. I think Oklahoma State has really just been kind of kicking the tires. They've gotten the job done, but I think they're kind of remind me a bit of Iowa. I think they lost the other week against Iowa State. They barely beat Texas, struggled with Baylor. This is a real tough game. We saw how they struggled on the road at Iowa State. I think they struggle here as well. I think that's one of the toughest places in the country to go play. So, yeah, I like WVU a little bit here.
I've been there, Jeff. You're on a mountain. You got the cult of West Virginia fans singing country roads. It's kind of eerie. It's kind of spooky there.
I'm
big man.
actually very excited, Clip. We have the fight December 10th in Charleston. I'm actually going to drive. We're driving out on Wednesday, the 2 days before. West Virginia actually plays that night against UConn at home.
Oh, nice.
And I spoke to somebody in the department there, and they got me into the game. So I'm looking forward to going to that. I will say, Clip, another touchy spot this week, I think, for me, is I like Purdue against Michigan State. I'm going to be eyeing the Boilermakers. This team has really, to me, been pretty damn impressive this year. They're not going to go to a playoff or a high-end bowl game, but this has been a solid season for Jeff Brom. Aiden O'Connell's done a nice job. I really like the receivers and the run game. Brad Lambert, the old Charlotte coach, has done a great job in the defensive room. I like this team, and I think Michigan State, if you could throw the football against Michigan State, you are going to have an opportunity. You look at against Nebraska, Clip. Purdue threw the ball 45 times. If they do that this week, they will beat Michigan State. Michigan State's pass defense is not good enough. I think Aiden O'Connell could beat this team. I'm calling it now. Purdue beats Michigan State in East Lafayette.
And somehow I overlooked that one, Jeff. That is a perfect, for my category that I was bringing up, potential trip-up games, and that one is to a T. We've already seen Purdue knock off number 2 Iowa earlier this year. They'll try to be the giant killer again and take down undefeated Michigan State, and that is ABC at 3:30 coming up on Saturday. All right, Jeff, give us another one that we didn't talk about that you like coming up this Saturday.
Yeah, a team that I was real big on preseason, Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
This team's starting to really get going, Clip. They've won 3 straight games after just a really tough stretch against Michigan State, UTSA, Indiana, and Army. They've won 3 in a row, all by 15 or more. They are at home this week against Middle Tennessee State University. Big favorites here, but they are starting to really get cooking. I think this team is eyeing a conference title. Obviously, it's going to be tough with UTSA, but this team is continuing to really batter opponents and beat bad opponents. I know this number won't really jump out at a lot of people. Middle Tennessee State, I think, has a big loss coming here. They have played absolutely no one recently. You look at some of their step-up games against Virginia Tech, UTSA, and Liberty. They got crushed in all of them. I really like Bailey Zappi in this offense. I think Middle Tennessee State has some major trouble against a good quarterback here. Probably a higher scoring game as well, but I've been impressed recently by Western's defense that started to play up. I think a lot of that had to do, the poor defense, with just the competition they were playing. They're playing some really good football teams, 2 of which are undefeated still. So, yeah, I like Western this week. I'm going to really eye in on that one. And I have my eye all over the place, but I think Purdue is definitely going to be one, and then Western will probably.
All right.
Yeah, I keep my eye.
Jeff Nadu joining us. We'll talk to you again on Thursday, Jeff. More college plays if you got them, and we'll dive into the NFL slate for this upcoming weekend. You can check out Jeff on Twitter at JeffNADU, always doing Q&As, talking a lot of college hoops with that. East Carolina getting underway against South Carolina State next Tuesday. So, Jeff, next week we'll be talking some college basketball lines with you. That's exciting as well.
Yeah, I really look forward to a Clip. Obviously, South Carolina State is a team out of the MEAC who, that should be a win on paper, but I'm going to keep saying this, Clip. I got to tell you, I don't know if there are any auto wins on East Carolina's schedule this year. I think this is a horrific basketball team.
All right, you could have saved that for next week or for never, but you speak the truth.
Listen, I never sugarcoat stuff.
I know. That's what we like about you. You got to bring it to us.
Really good. I just got to point this out to you. So, South Carolina State, in my research, have some great names as far as some players.
Okay.
One of their players, get this guy, redshirt freshman, Jadakiss Right. And he spells it like Jadakiss, the rapper does.
Hey, I was a big fan of the Locks back in the day. I like it.
Who was it?
Yeah.
Just Sheik Luch, Styles P, and Jadakiss, top 5 dead or alive. Come on.
All right, I'll be pulling for him next Tuesday while I'm at Mid-G's Coliseum. Big man, have a great rest of your week. We'll talk to you on Thursday. Talk more football with you.
You got it. Thanks, Clip.
All right, there is Jeff Nadu about to start mixing in a lot of college basketball talk, so that's exciting because the big man knows his hoops. We'll take a timeout, come back, and wrap up this Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
Are you ready, Pirate fans? Free Boot Friday is back. Uptown Greenville invites you to Free Boot Friday, the official pep rally of home ECU football games. Join fans for live music, food, beer and wine, children's activities, and more. Brought to you by Wells Fargo, the Free Boot Fun takes place from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. each Friday before ECU home football games in the 5 Points Plaza. Visit uptowngreenville.com for more information. And as always, go Pirates!
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
It's bow time. You've probably heard folks say, don't call it a comeback. But at Bojangles, we don't like to beat around the bush. So when the sizzling, savory pork chop griller's back in all its tender, marinated chili lime glory, and you can get a pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, go ahead, call it a comeback. Get a legendary pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
At West Park Motor Company, customer satisfaction is the #1 goal while offering a wide range of cars, trucks, and SUVs at very competitive prices. Shop online at westparkmotorcompany.com right now to get started. Looking to sell your vehicle? Call West Park for a free appraisal. West Park is willing to pay more for your car or truck than the next dealer. West Park Motor Company with locations in Greenville and Washington and proud courtesy car dealer for the Pirates for over a decade. Go Pirates!
At US Cellular, we can help everyone stay connected for less. And less also means more, as in more choice. Right now, you choose any phone and we make it free. Plus, get unlimited data for $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
This is Stephen Igoe, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Congratulations to Robert Matthews of Ahoskie, the winner of a $25 gift card to ENS Hemp Company. Are you one who has been waiting before trying CBD? ENS Hemp is the area leader in CBD, and they want to educate you on how their products work. Get relief from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD today at ENS Hemp on Fire Tower Road near Sam Jones Barbecue, or online at eshempcompany.com. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Wrapping it up on a Tuesday tomorrow. It's like the WWE style show. The return of Bryce Williams, the return of Wager McGee, and old standbys like Jeff Charles. We'll also talk to the head football coach of the J.H. Rose Rampants, former Pirate receiver, Will Bland, will join us on the program as well. All that and a lot more. Jenny, great job filling in. Thank you.
Thank you, Clip. Thank you.
And Mr. Mint, Chandler Honeycutt.
Thank you, brother.
Great work today. As always, we will see you Wednesday, 3 o'clock for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. Go Braves.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville.